The Shire.
What round?
Live out.
This
We're
is
live.
the 5th round. So
This is the FA Cup 5th round.
5th round, yeah.
Sorry, lads.
Welcome. Sorry we're a little bit late there.
Technical.
Getting set up, eating birthday cake, etc., etc. Some leftovers from Valentine's Day, which are getting polished off. Nice to be back. FA Cup football tonight. Macclesfield Town against Brentford. Do we smell an upset? Can we see another big shock? John Rooney's lads tonight cause another big upset?
I hope so. Always wanted to see the underdog doing well, especially in the FA Cup, but that's a strong Brentford team.
Yeah, without the kind of the real power on the front line in terms of Ouattara or Thiago, the Brazilian striker. Kane Lewis Potter also on the bench. Kane Nonsense Potter. No, he's a good player, to be fair. He's not a Nonsense Potter, Lewis Potter.
Yeah.
He's on the bench as well. So they've obviously kept a little bit of firepower there should they need it. Midfield and defence, though, really strong from Brentford tonight. So shows massive respect to John and the Macclesfield team there.
Yeah. Well, if you're Brentford manager, Keith Andrews, are you thinking you can go far in this competition? I mean, if you looked, did you see the draw before?
No, I'm seeing the draw.
Good opportunity for a few Football League clubs to be in the well, this be the last 16 after this round.
6th round, yeah.
The 4th round, this is not the
This is the 4th round. Sorry, 4th round, guys, not 5th round.
Should be the last 16 after this.
Yeah, we've got in terms of there's another massive game tonight. I know we're watching Macclesfield against Brentford, but at the top of the Championship tonight, you've got Coventry and Middlesbrough meeting. That's a huge game when you think of it. Coventry have just started to hit a little bit of a flat spot, and Borough have obviously changed the manager.
Yeah.
And he's gone to Wolves, Rob Edwards, but they've kind of picked back up under this new manager and look like the team that's going to go on and win the title.
Yeah.
Millwall and a few others might want to have a say in that, but it does look like Coventry at one point with 12 points clear, they're now 2 points behind. That's a 14-point swing in terms of someone getting a beak in front.
Yeah.
So you're there to be shot at. If they get beat tonight by Borough, could we see Coventry kind of implode and maybe fall into the playoffs? And then obviously you want to go in that playoffs with a bit of form, and Frank doesn't get the job done. That's a great knock.
Oof,
it's a good chance, lads.
Yeah. But historically you don't want to be falling down the table at that end of the season into the playoffs, do you? It's always the team who are coming up.
It just reminds me of the Hill at
yeah.
Cheltenham. You know what I mean? You come that Championship 46 game slog. The March, April, May. You want to be coming up the hill with a charge rather than coming back to the field. And Coventry were miles out in front at one point, and it just feels like they're coming back at a key time to the rest of the field. Now, momentum in football. I think confidence and momentum at everything, as we've seen from some of the teams that have got the beaks wet and started winning games. West Ham have picked up, albeit come through extra time against Burton Albion, but got the job done.
Yeah.
It's a if you're struggling for your season, for your form, that little bit of it's the old adage of a little bit of an FA Cup run.
Yeah.
It can just keep you going. So this is where I think it's a big one for Brentford tonight, because they're not going to get relegated. They've obviously got half a sniff of a European spot in the league because they've done so well.
Yeah.
But the pressure off and a little bit of the freedom of getting to a cup semi-final or a cup final would be a huge step in the right direction for that club. So I think his team selection tonight has shown that they're in good form. That
and
the
also,
AstroTurf, I think, lads, I'm just going to level with you. I know Palace made the load of changes. Keith's made a few changes, but not loads. The AstroTurf, probably if you were watching Grimsby against Wolves yesterday, you'd offered the Wolves players this fucking surface tonight, this Astro. I know no one likes playing on the Astro because it is shit, and it does, not necessarily contribute towards a really good, enjoyable game for a player. Certainly the next day your body feels it because you're the pounding and the impact on the joints. You feel them AstroTurfs. But when you look at that wet soggy pitch and the rain and the weather we've had, certainly in the northwest we've been deluge after deluge. Yeah, that would have been, if it was Macclesfield's pitch, a fucking peat bog tonight. As it is, it's AstroTurf. It's not too bad for Brentford.
Yeah.
So I think the Brentford players will have watched Wolves yesterday and gone, do you know what? We're on the Astros, not great, but we're not going to have the Palace mindset going in because we'll get fucking dumped out here. And I think the right back is going to be key to it, this Coyote, because he's obviously got that long throw.
He's got the cannon, hasn't he? Yeah.
And with the selection of Pinnock, who was always an handful, I know he's played the shit past there, he was always an handful for Barnsley and Brentford moving through the divisions because of his threat from set play. Come up all through the divisions. And the same with the selection of Nathan Collins, big centre-half, big physical threat. Yarmouth being selected in the middle of the park. I think the midfield he's gone with is really strong. But to be fair to Mac, they've started well here. Good chance from that.
I do think
that ball there, and he's going to whip it in. He's got great delivery. The kid with left foot.
I think the pitch does make a bigger difference than most people give it credit for. To be fair,
it definitely does. Yeah, you've been playing on it a lot, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think grass is so much easier.
But then, as a Premier League team, like grass is so much easier. Sorry, it's a good question actually because I prefer to play on a 4G because I think it takes the bobbles out. But I'm obviously not playing on as good of pitches as you was. But I enjoy playing on the 4G. Like I'm sure. Will Brentford not enjoy playing on the 4G?
No.
Like with the passing, no massive difference.
Well, they're playing on such a good surface of a weekend.
That's
most
true,
Premier League pitches are fucking carpets now, and the AstroTurf. You only end up. You're getting your bet in. I'm on the over 2.5 in this. I'm on the over 2.5 in Girona, Barca, and Championship game.
Yeah,
Middlesbrough. I've just gone over in all of them. I've been all right. I've been in the bar and been all right. Colin McMenamin's put it. Coffee up, lads. Cheers.
$20.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Didn't he used to play footy?
Where are you watching from, Colin?
Colin McMenamin.
Where is he from?
Where are you watching from?
I'll have to say today, I was walking around with the dog around Sefton Park. Kids are obviously off half term, aren't they? And funny, like the people that you meet who are supporters at the show. So you know who you are. When I met you today, there was a couple that went past and said some really nice things and give us some support. And also, someone came out and had a conversation with us about one of the podcasts we had, which was an interesting conversation. It was funny where that went to, but obviously you have to keep moving because I had about 78 kids and a dog in tow. So it was a good day walking around. And as I say, I bounced into a few people, and listen, it's it's why we do it in terms of just to stimulate people's thoughts, get people talking. And it just seems, doesn't it, every single week that there's something to talk about, like the Epstein files. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, there's loads.
Rupert Lowe.
No, well,
there's loads in football, but outside of football as well.
Well, for me, the big thing is, it's like, how can the mainstream media? I seen Low-Key done a piece on Double Down News today, which I retweeted, talking about how can people who've been Peter Mandelson's mate, MPs and media people, and going, oh, he's a good guy. When we were saying, what, these in the Epstein files, the last batch? Why are you taking a chance? Starmer has just committed in terms of political suicide, hasn't he, by that appointment?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, at worst, he's a paedophile's mate who's fucking sold inside information against our country. It looks like Mandelson is, obviously, in my opinion, it looks like Mandelson is an Israeli asset. He has to be. Has to be. There's no doubt about it.
Can you explain that to me?
His grandfather was Jewish. So I think he's been... I think you're going to see Mandelson go to jail. I think you're going to see his peerage gone. It should already be gone. I think you're going to see him go to jail. I think they're going to make an example of him. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Andy Mountbatten doing a bit of American fucking grovel.
Well, surely though, if he goes, Starmer's got to be implicated in it as well. Then.
Well, do you reckon Katie Hopkins has got something on Starmer today where he might make the end of the week?
No
I don't know whether you've seen. They've under pressure from Reform. Fair play to Nigel Farage and the Reform people. You know, the May elections that they were trying to cancel for fear of getting an absolute shellacking. Labour, under pressure, the parliamentary requests and letters have been appealed against it, and they've now had that cancelled. So this is why they think Starmer is going to struggle to survive beyond May, because these 30 elections that he wanted to postpone and push into the future, he's been told he can't do now, and Reform have stopped them doing that. So they're going to go in 30th of May, and obviously if Labour get torpedoed like it looks like they're going to do, then that'll be the end of Starmer. I don't think he's going to make it that far. I don't really, because it's every week we're running into a scandal and we haven't got to the bottom of that MP Nick Brown, the Labour chief whip, who's been suspended for crazy stuff with people's anuses. Do you know what I mean? Crazy stuff, and there's a media blackout on it. It's like what you see, and Low-key pointed it out when you go, they've tried to leak now that Jeffrey Epstein was a Russian asset, and everyone's like, what?
So these are spinning, like the spinning tails,
So so you don't link it back to Israel, and you go, we're going, what are you on about? You're on about he's obviously Israeli asset. Like, what are you on about? The Maxwells, the dad was an Israeli asset. What are you on about? Stop gaslighting us. But you've got credible people, mainstream journalists who are either trying to step away from Mandelson to say, don't even know him.
Yeah.
And you're going, about all these pictures of you with him at a dinner, tickling his chin and all that, and fucking kissing his town halls. Yeah.
Standing there in
people
his
forget.
fucking Speedos.
Lad, he's done a Times exclusive in the Sunday Times. 2-page spread with his fucking loafers on. His loafers is a jailing offence in the socks he's got on. But he's got, it's a week after. He's
Lewis
been,
there.
like, this is not, and we'll get back to the game. This is somebody who's been involved with, somebody who it looks like has been sacrificing children. Like this is not.
Yeah.
And I can't believe people are even trying to defend it.
No, yeah.
People who've been taking and abducting and sacrificing children, as well as all the other fucking madness they've been up to.
Hasn't he?
I don't care. He's been on the island multiple times.
Wasn't he interviewed this week or last week, and no one even asked him questions about it? They were asking about something else.
It's insane. But I've also figured out, right? You're never going to get to the bottom of the Epstein files because it takes too many big hitters down. So they've obviously bumped off and they've done what they needs to do.
But that was the whole plan all along, wasn't it? To blackmail all these.
Well, I think Trump's just weaponising it against his enemies now politically, because he must be like, seeing the videos I've seen of Trump. He's partial to a fucking beauty pageant.
Is he?
You've heard the video where he just says, you know what? Hey, if you like them, just grab them by get the old spider webs.
Get him by the pussy.
Get the old Peter Parkers out.
Is he not? I said he was in it like 30,000 times or something. Like,
Well, you think about it, he's an oddball, isn't he? He is an oddball, Trump.
Yeah.
He's an odd bod. Like, you've surely listened to the YouTube thing where he phones the papers and he's telling stories about his... he's linking himself via the third person. It's him on the phone to a New York Times journalist so that they do a gossip column on. Like, he's a fucking deranged individual. But I think the ear being nicked has flipped him over.
Yeah.
So I think he's flipped over from being an absolute maniac into... Now, where do we draw the line, though? Are we saying... If it only turns out Andy Mountbatten's just being collared for the 17-year-old. It doesn't look like he has, by the way. It looks like they've got way more on him, but they just haven't released it. So it looks like whoever's got it, whoever's in control, is just slowly releasing it to absolutely torpedo anybody who's any opposition to them. So I think here now, we're never going to get to the bottom of this. It doesn't matter whether we do or we don't. We actually know what these billionaire elites get up to.
Yeah.
And I said to you, it's a mad thing because it's these eugenic people, these people who believe in either a master race or believe in science. Because if you believe in science, you don't ever think you're going to be held accountable. Because you're not going to meet your maker. There's nobody who is in the afterlife to judge you, St. Peter at the pearly gates if you're a Christian, to go, now then, conquer bollocks, what have you been up to here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got £1 billion, but what have you done to get it? So if you believe in science, which all these billionaires do, because this is why they chase eternal life. This is why they chase live forever. Because they never want to meet the maker to answer for what they've done on the journey. So they want to live forever and they try and postpone it and they'll drink kids' blood with adrenochrome in and they'll fucking, get placentas injected into their eye. Whatever it takes. Because they know when they meet the maker, if there is a God, if there is a judgment day, they're fucked. They're going on the barbecue. Yeah. Now, so they flip over and go, well, we might as well get in bed with the old fella from down under, not Australia, downstairs. Might as well start doing all signs and getting involved in cutting chickens' heads off and killing kids and all that. Might as well, because we're going to meet him anyway. So that's why they flip over.
Where do you think Elon Musk sits in it all?
I think he's a strange old cat, like. If you call your kid the names he calls his kids, he's got... They were going through.
He's a big piece in it all, isn't he?
Do you know what? I have to laugh. You've brought it up. It's a lovely thing. And as I say, we're on a bit of a lull in the game. Here's Brentford on the attack here. But it was a thing of Elon Musk got a load of baby mamas, hasn't he? He's got all. So if I was a billionaire, right? What he believes in populating his seed, doesn't he? He's not believing in relationships. And he's a man of science. Does he believe in God? Does he believe in something? Or does he believe he is a God? And AI's a God, do you know what I mean? So therefore, he's just
Fucking
like, I'm
nerd.
getting as many computer systems of mine out there with my genetic code as I possibly can. I'm not really doing that. My one dog, one bone nonsense pottery that use religious in the West are doing. I'm going to have 78 birds because I can afford it, and I'm just going to give the kids the maddest names ever. I'm just going to go, there's a Rubik's Cube over there. There's a PC fucking CD-ROM over there. X297. XR3i over there. and that's what he's done. All right? So he's just thinking about populating Mars or whatever it is for him.
Sorry, I thought he
I don't
had
know.
one kid, me.
But what I was going to say to you is I seen a mad stat the other day about there's players in the NBA who've got baby mums.
Yeah, baby mamas.
Honest to God.
Not the baby mamas.
The numbers were off the scale. I'll have to get it up for you, yeah.
Baby mamas. Mamas.
Oh, where is it? I don't know how I keep these mad stats, lads, but I have got them. I'll find it.
Start over here.
I've also got another little quiz for you tonight, which is a good one. I think you'll enjoy it. Do you want me to tee you up for it now?
Love a quiz.
It's going to be 10 players. Top 10 players who've scored the most left-footed goals for their club this century.
Okay.
Any league?
This century is in the last 100
most
years.
Most left-footed goals for their club this century.
Do you want us to rip them off to you? Have
So
you got
this
the 10
century
there?
since 2000 onwards, isn't it?
Messi?
Yeah, I've got the 10 here. Messi number 1, yeah. 647 left-footed goals.
This century.
Gareth Bale.
Bale's not on in the top 10, lad.
Robert Van Persie.
Robert Van Persie, not in the top 10, mate.
No way.
No.
What leagues are we talking? Just to like the top 4 leagues or world football?
World football. All
Cristiano
across Europe.
Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo is in number 9
Is he, yeah?
with 147.
As a right-footed player, that's
goals,
fucking
yeah.
fantastic. But he scored that many, then you're not surprised.
Harry Kane got his 500th goal at the weekend. We'll come back to that if you want.
Great
come back
player.
to it. And I'm trying to get this an NBA thing. It was the NBA players anyway. And Scottie Pippen was number 5. And I think he had 7 kids by 6 different baby mamas. But he was at number 5 in the top 10. I think there was a fella in there who's got like 11 kids by 10 different baby mamas. I'm just like, wow, what's going on? So Elon Musk's in that category where you're going, do you know what? He's a ginormous NBA player. And he's thinking, do you know what? Like, you got to think, if you're 7'6", you must have at least 12-inch fingers. Your little finger must be about a 12-incher. So I can't imagine what the cheese cob must be like. So after they have one goal, it must just be game, set, match.
Baby fucking flies out, does
One
it?
goal, one kid. And then the kid just falls out and you go, right, can't go in there again. It'll just fall out again. Because it's just the axe wound. It's just this ginormous axe wound there that obviously Shaq caused.
Oh,
with
lad.
his 4 metre
Seen the size
penis.
of his bird? His bird's about 4 foot fucking nothing.
Do you know what? You have to respect her. If she loves him that much, she's prepared to just get absolutely pretzeled and sit on a traffic cone. Fair play to her. Like if she truly, genuinely enjoys sitting on a traffic cone every afternoon, fucking take me hats off to her.
Take that
Well
for the
played.
billion. She must be taking it for the billionaire.
Well played. Listen,
Billionaire,
someone's got it. Someone's got it, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? You know what? There's someone for everyone, isn't there?
Surely there's
But
birds over 6 foot.
I can't imagine you'd want to go, you go on a Tinder date or something with one of the lads in a few years' time. You're like, hey, so are the ex-fellas? Yeah, I used to go out with a sportsman. Oh, did you? Who was that? Shaq. You just like that.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
See you later then. See you later then.
Your arm wouldn't do the trick, lad.
No, you just get off, don't
Right,
you?
come on, the chatter on this left-footed thing. Yeah,
The left-footed thing. All right. So
Yeah,
you've got
come
Ronaldo
on.
number 9.
Mo Salah.
Yeah, Salah.
Mo Salah number 3. 232 goals.
Did you say Gareth Bale before?
Gareth Bale's not on there.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane's not on there.
Ian Robin.
Ian Robin, number 10, 146 left-footed
It's
goals.
from this century, you said, isn't it?
This century, yeah.
Raul.
Raul's not on there this century. So you've got 1, 3,
Left-footed.
9 and 10.
Adriano.
Is there more right-footed people on there?
Sorry, 1, 3. No, they're all left-footers.
Except for Ronaldo.
Everyone left is left-footed.
Adriano.
One you should get sounds like a cartoon character. Don't want him to get angry. Changes colour if he gets angry.
Hulk?
Hulk.
Is he, yeah?
Yeah, Hulk's got 263. He's in number 2.
I know he's been
Plays
fucking
in Russia,
staff
though.
ladder now, isn't he, in Russia and
Hulk.
fucking China.
So you've got 1, 2, and 3 now. You need 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Antoine Griezmann.
All Antoine Griezmann, number 4, 198. All
Yeah.
3 of the next 4 have played in the Premier League.
Wow.
Three of them have played in one city. One's said played in
Puskás, Pele, and Hadji. Don't think they played in this century. To be fair,
Haaland.
Oh shit, yeah.
Number 5, Erling Haaland. 193 left-footed goals this century.
Lukaku going to be around. Yeah,
Lukaku, 151. He's in 8th. So you're now looking for 6 and 7.
So another one from Manchester then.
From a Manchester United club.
Can't give you any more of a bone. I've given you a massive bone.
Sorry, a Manchester club.
One played in London and one played in Manchester.
Nistelrooy?
No, he said they're all left-footed now.
No, left-footed. 2 left-footed players.
David Silva?
No.
Mahrez?
No. Good guess.
I'm thinking Manchester left-footers at the minute.
50 goals.
Are they from your generation?
No, one's... do you want the nationalities? I reckon you get one nationality if I give you that. I don't know whether you get the... Yeah, I should get them if I give you the nationalities. You want a little bit more of a bone? One's a German and one's an Argentinian.
Mesut Ozil?
Aguero?
No. Thought you should get off there. Left-footed goals. Oh, chance.
Mesut Ozil?
No. Good.
Giggsy not on there, no?
No.
That's surprising.
This century it must be left-footed goals. He isn't in the top 10.
A German?
German from the Premier League and an Argentinian from the Premier League. His wife hated living.
It's not Di Maria.
Di Maria. Angel Di Maria. 156 goals. Don't forget, he went to Paris Saint-Germain as well, you know. Real Madrid he was at.
Sorry, I know, I'm just trying to
This other one is... I thought you would have got this.
Is he German?
Is he German?
German from down south.
German, played in London.
Klinsmann?
Left-footed German, played in London.
Podolski?
Lucas Podolski, well done. Yeah. Thought you might have gone Christian Ziege there.
A few people have said Podolski.
German. Well done, lads. We got there in the end. The chat was on it. I didn't want to obviously give them a finger, but the chat was on it. They got it. So you would think... I don't think... David Silva and Giggs, they must have got the goals. They must have got
I don't think...
Giggs is very surprising.
Giggs will have a few pre...
No, but what was he?
Only.
90 what? Giggs? 98?
I don't know. I didn't see he wasn't on there.
No, 98. When did Giggs make his debut?
No, Giggs must... If I made mine in 202, 203 season, Giggs, he was fucking going good. He played in the first... he must have been in around the squad in that first Premier League.
92?
Yeah. He must have been in around...
Yeah,
I
think he made his debut against Everton, didn't he?
He played in the Championship, didn't he? He played when it was the first division.
Yeah.
Giggs.
Oh, did he?
I think when he broke through. So you're talking like 88, 89 there. When did Giggs make his debut?
Did you see him put an Instagram cheeky up yesterday with his bird, his new camel? Giggs?
No, I'm not on Instagram, lad. I'm not on it.
No.
Has he changed? Changed bird?
Looks like he's traded one in again, yeah.
Not like him, nah. Not like him, nah.
He made his debut in 1990. Mad, that. It's fucking old, that.
There's a thing though, isn't there? There's a thing with some birds that they just like the challenge of it, don't they? They just think, right, I'm going to be the one that, and like obviously
get him on the
sells them down.
They just like the chaos, don't they? Some of them just like the chaos. I think just like the drama.
Yeah, to do by ours, fucking hell.
No, we're just thinking, like you've got it, haven't you? If you're thinking, like it's just like if you were a bird, it's like going with like the worst wronging ever because you go, fucking hell, he's just going to be flattening birds and coming back. Like you can't, no matter what he says.
She's got any sisters?
I don't know. They'll be fucking in the hotspot though. They'll be in the Mississippi hotspot with old Ryan of Giggs, won't he? So fucking, he's on heat, isn't he? 24/7 him. I seen his brother. I like his brother. I think his
Rodri.
Yeah, I think he speaks well and all that. Like, every time I see him, I seen him on Instagram. He was talking about some of the extracurricular stuff he gets up to. Old Rat Boy, and obviously I think everybody's now aware of what we were talking about a while back, weren't we? Where he's just an absolute ferret. My thing is how he still knocks about. The other fellas still knock about with him.
Yeah.
You know, if they're meant to be
Salford lads.
Any of the
United lads.
Like, he's a dog, him. Especially as I know who he is, and the other lad's a great lad, by the way. Who it's happened to, fucking top lad.
Macclesfield started well, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good little game. I mean, Brentford had that chance from the set play, but
what I was going to say before,
it is a bit of a level of the pitch.
And you were right about Brentford, but also because they are, I wouldn't say it's the strongest 11, but there's half who have been playing like the Jensen and stuff, Janelt, Collins, but the lads on the periphery in the 16 are all starting, and they'll be chomping at the bit to get in the team.
It's a tricky one because you need a bit of rhythm, don't you? It's an hard game anyway. These are hard games because it's just not like your normal game. Obviously, you're after kind of demoralise them. Getting an early goal for Brentford, it takes the belief out the crowd. It takes a little bit of belief out the players. the difference between top level players and lower level players is not necessarily ability. It's sometimes how long they're prepared to stick at it, and
Concentration.
you know, or belief. You know, sometimes they have this, as much amount of ability, but they don't have the discipline or the belief. And in cup games, that can be negated. But obviously, it depends on stealing the momentum of the game. You know, if they can keep the crowd involved and Brentford, keep Brentford on the back foot, everybody in the team starts growing in belief. The crowd start growing, and then giant killings happen. And they've made a great start here. You know, part of your game plan will be, you know, compete, win your duels, which they are. They're getting stuck in. They haven't let Brentford settle at all, get in any kind of rhythm. And in terms of way to play, you know, if we were just coming in here now, we wouldn't be saying, you know, they're the Premier League side and they're the conference side. But, you know, can they keep it up for 90 minutes? Fitness does tell.
Concentration.
But Brentford have also got it, you know, they can get lulled into their kind of game, and you know, Brentford really at a counter-attacking side, it probably doesn't suit them to have the ball. Probably suits them for the team to come at you a little bit, so they can be tricky games, as you know, Burnley found out against Mansfield. You know, if you don't fucking do the basics well, and you allow any little bits of, you know, Burnley went 1-0 up in that game, end up losing 2-1.
Yeah, they had a few chances as well, Mansfield.
Well, you can just, because they're so used to getting beat every week, all of it, you know, you think, right, go on, we should swat them, and it's almost to flip yourself out of the gear. It's fucking tricky.
Yeah, that free kick was a
Wolves
joke.
only just scraped past fucking Grimsby. Grimsby had some great chances.
What did you think of the FA Cup then this weekend as a whole?
I've loved it. I mean, there's a bit of stick coming the referees' way, isn't there? It's certainly Cavani in the Newcastle Villa game, which we watched, because he's obviously made a few faux pas and errors. But I don't, in terms of, I think they've just got soft on the fact that they can get bailed out by somebody in Stockley Park, or the fact that they've got a referral if they need it. And I think a lot of these younger refs have just got, standards have dropped and they've got complacent. On the flip side, that I watched Birmingham against Leeds on the telly yesterday, and Paul Tierney, the Premier League ref, old school Prem ref, he was reffing when I played. I was thought he was a bit of a gimp actually, but he's turned into an half decent ref. He refereed the games fucking superbly, and got all the big calls right, and never once did he look like he needed VAR. It was refreshing to see. It was like, yeah, just let him ref the game. He had the authority. You know, he was laughing with players when a couple of players dived or fingered, and he dead quick called it like, boom, get up, play on, booked them. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was refreshing to see a ref just take charge of the game. Now there wasn't any big mad moments in that, but there was a few incidents that I think some of them weaker refs, and I think some of those lads, Cavani and all that, who've got fat off getting promoted to UEFA and all that, because they're all company men. And this is what happens when you don't build a good culture in any of your workplaces. And I think PGMOL, because of their unaccountability and it's fucking jobs for the boys and they look after each other, I think refereeing standards right across the board have slipped. And I am surprised, because I thought Howard Webb was a good ref. I actually got on with Howard well, think he was a good ref. But maybe they're just that scared because of, you know, what happened when the game changed, in my opinion, when Spurs played Liverpool and there was a couple of mistakes, and Liverpool threatened to sue referees individually and were saying he should be guillotined and all that. Remember, the ref should have been guillotined because he gave a bad call against Liverpool. And I think after that, I think the Referees Association I think they've all just shit themselves. Because they're like, hang on, a ref could actually get sued here.
Yeah,
it
could
happen.
It's because it cost us the league. It made just a fucking shitty goal. And it was blatantly onside, like it was, and VAR didn't give it. Well, like it's not just like a normal decision.
Well, again,
it was a big massive,
and refs get decisions
decision.
wrong. And
I'm gonna get piffed on here, mate.
There was a
2v1.
There's a games this weekend, and when the goal's going in, you're going, oh, refs give it, happy days. It's been refreshing from that perspective, even though some of them you're going, oh, it was offside. That
Aston Villa goal was offside.
Do you know what I mean?
Offside,
but the fact that there's a bit of human error,
I enjoyed it.
You go, fucking hell. Maybe you can hold the officials accountable if they keep doing it, but it put the accountability back in the game, and also it brought a bit of joy back as a fan. So we've got to make a decision here as a group, as fans. Do we want the right outcome, or do we want entertainment? Because I don't think we can have both the way they're doing it with this VAR.
No.
And the FA Cup's been great, because if a goal gets scored tonight and the ref not give it, we're not worried about in 12 seconds or 15 seconds some coming in saying, hang on a sec, get over to the sideline and have a look at that.
Well, there's your answer then,
we
innit?
know the decision's given. So I
There's
would
your
prefer
answer.
it, but also, if decisions have gone against you this week,
Yeah, no, that's
I
the
would
shit.
imagine there'll be some people going, no, keep it. So
I think only the Prawn Sandwich Brigade.
it
and
depends
then
whether you
maybe
want the
Liverpool
right
fans
outcome
who'd
or
wanna
you want
keep VAR.
entertainment.
I don't think.
Have you got a Liverpool fan
I don't
right
think the
here
genuine
who doesn't
football
want it?
fan.
Got a Liverpool fan right
would
here
have-
who doesn't
would
want
have
it.
it.
This is why I say to you, there's another stat doing the rounds this week. I feel like stats, oh yeah. The difference in penalties given since VAR between Barcelona and Real Madrid. So Real Madrid have had 91 penalties since the introduction of VAR into their league. How many have Barcelona had in the same time frame?
45.
How many was Madrid?
91 for Madrid. Real
Half
Madrid.
seems about right, but I'll go 38.
Good guesses. It's in between the two. He has
Is it? Yeah.
43.
Yeah,
So I'd have to give it Josh. He was too closer.
that's
Um, So they're pointing out saying, look, VAR can be used for, in my opinion, it can be used to weight the scales towards an outcome. So that's another reason why I would like it to be gone. And we get back to the referee in the stadium taking control of the game.
Go play this.
Warts and all, if he fucking makes mistakes, it is what it is. We'll have a gab about it, and sometimes it's going to go for you. And the age-old adage of, over the course of the season, it'll balance itself out.
In the chat, if you are voting to keep VAR, can you please put a little reason why in the chat? I would just like to see. Someone just said, with gambling, it has to be the right decision with the Chinese betting markets, which haven't we gone into that before?
That's where I think it's at. But it's like, right, do we want to please the Chinese betting syndicates, right, the triads?
I mean, it's not about pleasing.
Well,
it's
wanna
about-
fall out
Do
with
we
them, like.
want the beautiful game to be as beautiful as it can be? And I want it to be as good as it can be. And I also want this experience in the stadium for the people who've bothered to go to the game and bought a ticket. Because I've run into people. I was having a cab with someone yesterday who's a fan of a big club, doesn't go to the game, and's got a massive opinion. And I'm saying, do you go to the match? And he's like, no. And he's shouting down somebody who's a fan of another big club who goes to the game. And I'm saying, his opinions far outweighs yours. And he's like, why? I said, well, he goes to the match. So in the match, you get to see the full perspective. So when the camera's focused on something on the telly, you can see what someone's doing off the ball. You can see how someone's playing full spectrum. On the telly, you only get to see where the cameraman's pointing. So you can't really get an appreciation for what's taking place. The person in the stadium is way better informed than the person sitting on the couch at home. I don't care what you say. You've got well, if you're not paying attention to it, that's on you. But if you wanna truly learn what's going on in the game, then you have to be in the stadium. You have to fucking
I think it
feel
works
the
both
energy.
ways. I think it works both ways because you get replays and stuff when you watch on the telly. I know what you're saying. That's not me saying I don't
But if you were
agree with
scouting
you.
a player, like I've scouted players, right? You're scouting a player, and you'll the way scout and scout models, and you'll watch the footage of them. But as soon as you go and watch them in the stadium, it's
Different
completely
story.
different. So you can only see, it only allows you to see a certain perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So if you truly want to watch a team, it's like saying right, of racehorses. Yeah, you can see a racehorse is running well by watching at the races TV. Don't have to be a fucking Haydock racecourse. But I'm telling you what, if you want to learn about horses and betting on horses and knowing the trade of it, you want to be in the fingo, seeing it run, seeing it in the parade ring. That all counts for way more than just watching it on the telly and watching the odds come in. Seeing whether they've sweat up, seeing what they're walking like, seeing whether they're agitated. Like you can learn an awful lot from, being at the live event. And in my opinion, if you're a true football fan, whilst it is expensive and you've got a strong opinion, I think somebody who's going the game home and away every single week and bothering is far more well informed about their team than fucking any pundit or anybody fucking sitting on the telly.
Yeah. And you're not just going to match, are you? You're going for a couple of pints before, a couple of pints after. You're
Smelling it, you're breathing it.
speaking-
It's
you're
why
speaking
this
with
fan
your,
anal, my sister, that's what's it called? What Michael McIntyre's fucking
Yeah.
homosexual,
Literally don't watch the
homoerotic
game.
programming.
that you don't watch the match.
Michael McIntyre, who, let's be honest, is not a football fan. He's a nonsense potter who's gegging into footy. But if he played footy, and I'm talking heads and volleys, he'd be carried off with a fucking emergency stitch because he's a little fat nugget who's had to write jokes to stop his head getting flushed down the toilet in school. That's what he's had to do. He's had to become very, very funny very quickly, Otherwise, he was going to be the recipient of a lot of dead legs because he's not sporty at all. Now, what's happened is we've got teabag towers trying to fucking suck everybody's pound notes out the pocket, trying to suck everybody's entertainment out of the fucking television screen with his brand of Chelsea boot nonsense pottery on my telly. Sitting fans in a fucking room and filming them with the score and then getting all little dweebs to talk about footy. No, we want to listen to footy fans who go the game.
The beautiful games, getting it from all angles, literally.
Well, I'm hoping he's pissed off because he's built his Teabag Towers is getting built over the synagogue, isn't he? So hopefully they get him in some kind of whatever the new compromat situation is. Hopefully they get him. They'll have to have a David Beckham lookalike, I think, to get him in a honey trap, won't they? To get him. They'll have to get one of the impersonators of Becks. And it's the only way I think they'll get him. But yeah, I don't think they'd be happy about him building teabag towers over the old synagogue after saying he wasn't going to do it. He's going to give them a new one.
Bad luck, that, surely. Bad juju.
Well, again, he's toast, isn't he? Because he nailed his colours to the Sir Keir Starmer mast, didn't he? I know they'll all try and wiggle out of it, but you can never forget.
Has he said anything politically lately, or has he been pretty quiet? Ever since that statement.
Yeah, I said no. I haven't heard them say anything about. He's from Bury, isn't he? So Rochdale's only down the road, and obviously there's been an absolute outrageous turn of events there. So you're thinking, if he's truly is, if he's sliding into other people's DMs, seeing how the feelings are and how they're getting on and giving them encouragement, surely you'd be thinking, in Bury he'd be, and Salford and all these places he'd be getting out in the community. But he is what I would call one of life's great virtue signallers, isn't he?
Virtue signaller.
So yeah, I mean Salford got a plum draw again, didn't they? Getting City away in the FA Cup.
Yeah, did you see the highlights? Thought he'd done all right, didn't he?
Do you know what? Yeah, they were certainly more competitive. I think the fact that they get beat like 8-0 or something last year, did City do them 8-0?
Is that last year?
Yeah, City gave them a pasting last year, didn't he? So I think they've gone in just fucking trying to keep the score down. But they had a good goal, to be fair. I seen James Trafford's comments after the game. Oh, good save.
What did he say? I seen a tweet about this, but I didn't see any context.
Left a little bit on the club.
On City?
Yeah, basically saying he's been lied to. I mean, this is not what I signed up for, pretty much.
You come in.
I think he's a whopper, mate. I think he's a whopper. Yeah, I think he's a whopper. But also, to you've got to believe in yourself. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I'm like, yeah, he's got to believe in himself. But just the arrogance of it, I'm going, it's not just any old fellow who's come in to replace you. It's only fucking Donnarumma. Yeah. And also, you were fucking chucking them in. So, if you didn't want Donnarumma to come in, well, you should have got net rash earlier on the season, then you silly cunt when he weren't about. If you wouldn't have got net rash and shit your Kazi, the old Italian stallion wouldn't have been flown over from Paris. That's your fault.
He's arguably one of the best keepers in the world, if not the best keeper in the world.
Trafford had that position sewn up because what they've paid for him and the way they've gone, but he couldn't fucking hold the job down. Yeah. So Pep's got cold feet and gone, no, sorry.
He's not good enough.
Sorry, and then you've gone, hey, by the way, Donnarumma's on the market. And then as soon as Pep's found that out, it's like someone phone you and you go, who's outside? And you go, Kerry Cantona, that lad. You go, who's that? It's Kylie Jenner. You go, what? Kerry, see you later, girl, I'm off. Right, you're going to have to sit on the duty all season because unfortunately a supermodel's turned up here. No disrespect here, but a supermodel's turned up and Donnarumma in goalkeeping terms is a supermodel, isn't he? Mm-hmm. So, and he's he's only 25. I know he looks a lot older because the thatch roof's seen better days. But he is only 25 years old. It feels
like he's been around for longer because he fucking made his debut when he was 16.
Well, people forget that.
He was captain at 18.
Think of the experiences he's got. He's the heir to Gigi Buffon's throne. And if you're Pep Guardiola and you've got an opportunity to fucking get him in your team, James Trafford's feelings, what you've said to James Trafford to woo him, unfortunately,
out the window,
is out the window.
It didn't help him, obviously, like you said, that he weren't even performing. When he did come in
the whole, when you've managed Messi and Zlatan, and you've legged Zlatan after fucking, what I mean? You think James Trafford,
Sir James of Trafford,
is gonna fucking body a one iota. Pep just gonna be like that, and the fact that he's fired in what he's fired in, I think he'll go against him. I don't think Pep will, because it's half a shot across Pep's bows. Yeah, Pep knows he's lied to you to get you in. He's told you a few, as you do. They can't say, listen, we're unsure about you. If you're shit, we might sign Donnarumma in a couple of months. You're not going to sign, are you? So you got to say, listen, lad, you're the future. I'm going to play you next 15 years. Honestly, you can do what you want. Spin the ball around on your knob if you want. You're playing every week. Yeah, I sign the paper. As soon as you sign the paper, they're like that. Footy clubs, yeah, see you later, dickhead. You sign now. You've got you. You're captive. Got you. Do you know what I mean? So they don't care about what they've said to get you into the club. As Florian Wirtz has found out, Liverpool said, we're going to build a team around you, play you in the 10. And next minute, he's playing off the side.
Joey Barton Derby there coming up Saturday, 7 p.m.
Do you know what?
They draw each other out
good
as well.
win for
Yeah.
Newcastle at Villa the other day. Certainly, Villa going 1 up as well.
Yeah.
What did you think on the sending off? Do you think it was a red? The keeper?
I didn't see it, mate. I didn't see it. I was driving.
I know, when was that? We were having a few scoops.
Keeper came flying off his line, didn't he?
And, yeah, the number 2.
He had a bit to do. He had
Bezo, was it?
Bezo. He
Yeah.
had a bit to do from there.
Yeah,
but,
he's had one.
He had to send him off, I think.
Yeah. It looked like another defender was going to get across, but he blatantly cleaned
But
him
if
out.
it's
He
a
was even a
keeper-
high tackle anyway, really. By the
Yeah,
looks
if
of
it's
it.
a keeper, you know, as long as if you're going to get the next touch after the keeper, you're probably going to hit the target, aren't you?
Yeah, unless
Do you know what I
you're
mean?
fucking Tierno Barry.
Well, it's a cow's ass with the banjo. I wonder what he's done this week. Do you reckon he's worked on his finishing, Timo Barry, this week?
No, yeah, did you not see Everton have appointed a attacking coach or a striker coach?
Is it Jesus Christ of Nazareth? Because if it's not, that's the only fella who can fucking help him.
But
Our Lord of.
we've got someone in, and I think his only job is working for like fucking Philadelphia Union or something, like some nonsense potters.
Sums you up there.
It does sum us up.
Lad, he must come with high recommendation.
Bad ball.
Is he a NASCAR driver or something? But Ricky Bobby? Is it Ricky Bobby? Who's that? Shake and bake? Is he going to shake and bake?
Maybe
Fucking hell.
one of the chat might fill us in,
Philadelphia
but yeah, it's
Union.
something mad like that. He's
Is that
had like
true? Anyone know his name?
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
try and
who
dig it
knows,
out.
lad,
Yeah.
who
Someone
knows?
just asked if you've been watching any of the Winter Olympics.
I've watched a little bit of it.
Oh, lad, it's been brilliant.
Class,
a
innit?
little bit of it, yeah.
I love watching it, you know.
Do you know what the great thing about the Olympics is? Sports that you didn't even know existed, you end up fucking fascinated by, don't you?
Have you seen the skiing
With the shooting?
cross country? No, not the shooting one. That's fucking mad as it is. But they ski like fucking 7.5K 4 times relay. Honestly, they were
Yeah.
skiing uphill.
I seen a fella the
Skiing
other day.
uphill.
running.
Honestly, the
Like
cross
just in
country.
motion, yeah.
Sunday
Mad
was
to
class,
watch.
I also, the shooting one was on the other day where they have to ski round in the loop and then hit the 5 things and all that.
yeah.
And you're
James
just like,
Bond,
wow.
yeah.
They're meant to be the fittest
mad, innit?
athletes, you know, on the planet.
Okay.
So when I went to the Institute of Sport, I was coming back from an injury
Yeah, I've got 'em.
when I was playing at City, and our ground, the Etihad, at the time was right next to the English Institute of Sport. So they ended up doing a load of testing on us, obviously at the end stage of the rehab, to kind of get some base numbers and fitness levels in terms of, you know, like bleep test, etc. Put you on a treadmill and just run you, and then take like little ear pricks of blood to measure your blood lactate and all that.
Yeah.
So when I was on there, obviously finish your testing and all that, and then I was like, who wins these? Like, who's the, you know, is it the 1,500 meters, 5,000 meter runners? Like, who's the best on this test? Thinking it was going to be like athletics people, and they were like, oh no, the skiers and squash players. I was like, what? They were like, oh yeah, they just absolutely beat like marathon runners, like just their lactate threshold, but said like they're the two, like their scores on whole, on the average, are like way higher than all other athletes. So it must be a fucking hard game. But I've seen them going, and you're thinking, it's like a ski egg, isn't it? But
Yeah.
I've never skied, you've skied, but I imagine it's
I don't
going
ski.
uphill. It must be hard to run in skis uphill.
I'm a heterosexual man.
But I'm saying, oh, you're a snowboarder, are you? But
I'm a boarder, brother.
have you never tried to ski at all?
No.
But I'm imagining it must be hard, because you don't see on the telly.
You don't go uphill though, do you? You go down it.
Yeah.
No, but in the thingio, they're up and down. You have to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
there's
yeah.
little
The cross
sections
country,
of uphill.
yeah.
In the cross
Yeah,
country
and
and
it's
the
got to
shoes.
use
You have to
the,
cross the board, don't they? And
You've
like,
got to use your
I was
sticks.
watching a toboggan thing the other day, not the toboggan, the
skeleton.
they were coming down, no, the bobsleigh, like the proper
luge.
bobsleigh, no, the one person bobsleigh was the women's one. I think a German won it, a German Holter or Nolter or something like that. And I was going, fucking hell, like that must just be, like, what you see on the way down there, it's like a blade. It's going like 80 mile an hour.
How do you know
like,
how do you know where you're going?
well, they do like Formula One, don't they? They learn the track. But I'm going, how are you faster? What makes you faster? Like, how is it just because you're lying inside the fucking giant fucking
Yeah.
toboggan?
But who's invented that sport to basically say, listen, lie down on that.
But how
I'm
do you know
just
you're any
gonna
good
throw
at
you
it?
down this hill.
Do you know what I mean? How do you
Yeah.
know you're any good at it? You might have been one of the greatest tobogganists ever born, or whatever bobsledders
You
ever
never-
born, but you
you'll
never had to
never
go
know.
over it.
seems a bit of a fucking posh
So,
sport.
Lad, there's some mad
found
sports
him
in it
in
though,
the
isn't
picture,
there?
yeah.
Lad, what about the one at the
Scott
Olympics last
Chickleday,
year?
that's
Oh,
not his
which
name.
one?
Fan, his name's Scott Chickleday.
Scott
SC9
who?
coach. Scott Chickelday.
Oh, is this the guy who's working? Is this Jesus Christ of Nazareth?
Former
Reincarnated?
Orlando Pirates striker coach. Ex-QPR and Aston Villa women striker coach. So Everton striker Tierno Barry doing shooting practice in his own time.
Nice. Yeah, he's grafting away though, at least.
He needs to.
He's giving it a go.
So he's putting the
giving
work
it a
in,
go.
but who's he putting it in with? I mean,
Fucking Tickleberry.
He's only 21, isn't he? In his defence, he is only 21.
23. He's 23.
Sorry, he's done then. Shit.
Yeah. He's
I was
not a
giving him a
child.
jog there. I thought he was like 20, 21. If he's 23, no. Can't learn to
Nah,
fucking...
you can't, can you? You
know
can't
what he
learn
needs?
like
know
that.
What, know what he
Honestly,
does need?
this
I'm not
number
actually
9 from
joking here.
Huddersfield's better than him.
Do you know those boots that Harry Redknapp endorsed? Those concave ones with the fucking
Yeah.
sledgehammer on the front? That's what he could do with and just get in and toe-nog it. Because the best
99
finish
shot
I've seen him do was the Villa goal where he just toe-nogged it. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Just it, just so.
But you can't build anything off him. I mean, young James Hill had a great game against some... You know, they served everything into the channel, Everton's back line. But when I'm watching Everton, I'm going, what are they trying to do? Now, in his defence, he works hard, the kid. You know, you can see he wants to be a success at Everton. He's not lazy. He's not like an arrogant player. He's trying. He's just not very good.
Yeah, I think that's such an easy way out for say to players that they. Oh fuck.
No, but I'm saying, like, you've got
exactly
lads
what
who don't
you're
have a
saying,
go
yeah.
at all.
It was
Like
shit as well.
Mopai was dreadful at Everton because in the end, they fucking didn't even have a go.
He was shit and he was lazy.
He lost his head with the fans and didn't even have a go.
They still
Whereas
caused a bit of a ruckus.
this kid's desperate to do well. He's that shit. The fans actually have started to like him. You know, you feel sorry for you. When you're that shit, the fans feel sorry
Nunes
for you.
effect. It's the Darwin Nunes effect. I've literally seen it all.
It's weird though,
It
isn't it?
doesn't
It's
work.
like,
I think
yeah.
if someone grasps for you, then you're always gonna have them in your favour a bit. Like you'll always lessen.
I don't
the
know.
abuse.
I don't even think he grafts, lad.
I can't see how
I
that
don't watch him,
Beto
but
is
that's
not
what you're
chapping
saying.
Moisey's door every day saying, how am I not playing
When
at
we were
Everton?
having a pint there, Saturday, you with the nail on the head, he said that it's not Moises signing. He has to stick with Barry because that's his name's on the signing, isn't it?
Well, he's the one who's, yeah. So, unfortunately, Beto was signed by somebody else. So,
Beto is marginally better, I think.
well, he's more of a man, isn't he, in terms of he's more on in his development and, you know, he is raw, but you know you can build a bit of a platform off him and he will rough up the opposition. I don't know from one game to the next what this Barry kid's going to do. There is little flashes in him where you're like, oh, you know, he can, he can run away from defenders. You know, he isn't a slug in that regard. It's just the way he moves for me. I just don't like the angle from his knee to his ankle. I don't like the angles that he's got on both legs. Like, I'm not sure you can develop that.
Yeah. It's like when he runs, he doesn't lift his knees up, innit?
Yeah, he's got a strange way of moving. Now, I always think, unfortunately, as a footballer, your fucking knee bones down to your fucking toe bones are very important. Where they're placed and the angles they come at, because they're your tools. That's what you do. You're passing or you're tackling or you're goal scoring or you're goal making with. Now, if you can head it, great, and you're a good athlete, great. But if you can't fucking control the space from the kneecaps down, then you're fucked. And the more and more I watch him, the more and more I become convinced that he cannot be developed. Like, there's certain things that you've either got. Like, you look at the boy Thiago for Brentford, right? He's not the most orthodox player, but in his ruggedness, you can kind of...
Yeah.
You can see what he's going to do and what he's about. And if he gets a chance, his feet are clean and he moves in. Evan Nielsen for Bournemouth is the same.
Yeah.
Didn't have a great game. But because he's always balanced and his feet and he looks on his feet, he looks really balanced. You'd always fancy him to score if a chance comes. This fella, even Beto Beto is a better mover than him, but not a great mover. And the reason these strikers miss chances is not really ability. It's due to the fundamentals of the way they move. And then obviously the physics of the ball coming into them and their angles their feet, knees and hips are at. And unfortunately for them lads, I'm not sure how many times someone takes you on the AstroTurf if you're 23 and let you belt a load of cases into the net that your fucking feet turn and your knees turn to a slightly better angle to finish the ball. So I don't think he's going to be successful at Everton.
Speaking of Everton strikers, do you see Chimiti back at second that big game yesterday?
Do you know what? That was the game I watched. It was obviously on Sky, so big game at the top of the SPL there, and I ended up watching most of the game. I tell you what, like, great game, great advert for Scottish football. Ibrox was absolutely bouncing.
Atmosphere was good,
game
but
to
you not
watch.
think the standard was poor.
Look, that's Scottish footy. Do you know what I mean? They're obviously not able to get access to Premier League players. You know, that you just can't afford them. They just don't have. So they're always kind of competing with championship clubs and mad European prospects to try and, you know, punt on or whatever. They're not capable of signing like Brian Laudrup and Gascoigne and some of the talent they have in the past.
Hendrik Larsson.
But I thought they made, you know, I did say a while back I fancy Rangers somehow to come and fucking get this title. Celtic scored a last minute winner against Kilmarnock, having been 2 down, and obviously Rangers then got on to do the business and beat Hearts, which has thrown the Scottish title race wide open.
Yeah, it's the Old Firm next week.
Got an Old Firm. Do you know what? I'd have to back Rangers. I think Danny Rowe's done a great job there, and they've got a bit of belief. He's playing like he's done what any manager with a brain would have done. Fucking stop playing James Tavernier at right back.
Yeah,
because you can't defend. Now, I seen a stat the other day that he's got like a ridiculous... Someone was talking about
he's
it
got
on the
100
podcast.
goals, something, hasn't he?
140 odd goals from right back.
Yeah, tough.
He is an incredible technician and he strikes a great dead ball, but defensively, there's a lot to be desired, and I think that's the reason Rangers haven't progressed, because you've always ran into the captain's lack of defensive acumen, and if he was playing wing back or a right midfielder for you, yeah, different. But when he's playing right back and in big games against Celtic, constantly they came up short, and if you get beaten those Old Firms,
yeah,
usually that's where the trophies go up there. Obviously, this season it's going to be different because Hearts have obviously made it a bit of a free horse race, which is refreshing.
I think it's theirs to lose though, isn't it? And if you look at Hearts fixtures, they haven't got to play any of the Old Firm. Let's have a little look again.
Don't forget it breaks at the end of the season into a relegation and a promotion chasing, so they all play each other again.
It's mad.
They'll all have to play each other at least another time. It's mad how it works out, because you might play...
So they've got 6 games left and they've played 37.
Yeah,
Only
that's
you've got
6
to play
games
another 5.
left. No, it splits then,
so
and
you've
it
got to play
goes
each other again,
relegation
right.
group, and obviously... So they all start playing each other.
Yeah, so you're playing another 5.
So it's going to be decided on games against each other from now on in, isn't it? So the Old Firm's going to be a 6-pointer. Anytime them top 3 meet each other, that's going to be a 6-pointer for the title. As it stands now, Hearts still top.
Hearts still top.
Hearts
2
top,
points.
Rangers 2 points behind them. And Celtic 2 points behind them. 1-0 Cov.
Oh, enough.
Must have just scored. I've literally just checked it. It was 0-0.
First goal in me.
Yeah,
I'll be
saying,
actually
yeah.
through on here, you know.
Yeah,
If
get
you
on.
want to
It's a later kick-off, yeah.
I'll have a brew, lad.
Yeah, it's a later kick-off.
The game next week, next Monday, do you know what it is?
Everton.
Versus Manchester United.
Oh, yeah, with 11 players.
You
Should
going
beat
the
them
game?
about 12-0. Should beat them about 12-0.
Skidmark. Who knows?
Did you
where he
see
is?
that Alex Nelvny, the
How'd he get
Russian
the
guy who
chance?
went back, remember the dissident who went back to face Putin's justice, and they put him in the gulag, and then he popped these clogs. Alex Nelvny. Navalny, sorry, Nelvny.
I'll have a sugar,
Navalny.
please.
He went to he stood against Putin, and obviously had to leave the country. He obviously went back then to be a beacon of hope for the people, and he got put in jail, and he then died subsequently in it. Well, they've had his body tested, and they're saying that I shouldn't laugh because fucking bingo, but they're saying that they've used some kind of frog poison on him, some kind of dart frog from
Some venom.
Venezuela or something like that.
Well, must have been stripping
So-
balls for he kept it.
No, that'd have been. They'd have made him because they'd have made that horrible for him. Like that'd have been like the worst thing ever. But like,
Pain.
you know, because I hear people go, oh, the stuff that's going on about Epstein, and the Russians have warned against all this and said, and I go, yeah, but also they're like killing their own people on a fucking regular basis.
Yeah.
You know, they're it's a big goal. This
That's a good little finish.
could the keeper have done better there? Goes through the middle of the keeper.
In slow mo, it looks like it, but it's just fucking. I don't know.
Comes at him quick, like to be fair.
He's
but
moving
yeah.
that way.
Do you know? I wouldn't have. I know they're at home, but I would have backed Butter based on the form. I've gone on
I've
the
just,
on
I've
the
just
goals.
looked at the
but I
form
would've-
there.
I
Yeah,
would've backed
I've just
Butter on
looked at the form. I'm Butter are flying, aren't he?
But again, this is a
I've
good
backed the
opportunity for
draw.
them to get momentum.
Yeah, I've backed the draw in the Italy game, the FA Cup game, and this game.
Oh, in
I can't
Brentford
see
game?
Middlesbrough not scoring. I've backed the draw.
Nice.
5-1.
Yeah, good price.
As a little acha. I think it's like fucking 3-10 off a fiver. So
Good price. Right,
see
I'll
how
get
that
on a bit
goes.
of the chat here. I haven't bingoed it.
Skidmark is still away for everyone asking. He's in Australia. He'll be back next week, I think.
Yeah,
Might
he
be in the
won't,
chat, to be fair.
he won't be happy to find out it was there was a few cases of mistaken identity at the Everton game. Someone asking me, there was someone with us
he said
who they thought was skid mark. So
it was another baldy.
another bald. Can't believe the Oxford sign for Celtic. What did you think about that? Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I love it, mate. I'm a big fan of the Ox. You can't not like him. Loved him when he was at Liverpool. And he's a good player. Obviously, injuries and stuff, but I'm happy he scored. It was a great goal as well.
He's a
likeable man.
Yeah, would Liverpool, I know he was injured an awful lot at Liverpool. Would you paid 40 mil for him, 35 mil? Would he be considered as a hit or a miss?
Yeah, that's a good question, that. Guys, a good question. I'd say a hit. 40 mil. What did we get? 4 or 5 years out of him? Well, obviously, a lot of substitute appearances, but did he win the league with us?
Yeah, he must have won COVID.
Yeah, he had the COVID league, so yeah, I'd say it was a hit. What do you reckon?
I don't think he played enough games from the start for that type
He
of
definitely
money.
weren't a bust, was he?
No, but I would say he was a good squad player, but at 40 mil, and obviously coming into it, he was an ex-Arsenal, England international. You know, you're not coming in as a squad role. I think the way he behaved, and that's obviously exemplary, wasn't it? He accepted that he was a squad player, not a starter.
Yeah.
And then when he came on, he always gave flashes and bursts of energy. I wouldn't have said he's a hit. I'd just say he was but I also wouldn't say he was a miss. So
What is he then?
I'd just say he's just a meh at Liverpool, just a meh, part of just a squaddy. Like, he won't be remembered as a legend, will he?
No,
Like Wijnaldum will be remembered over him because of
but
the key goals
he's not
scored.
he's not a Naby Keita. Like, he's not coming in shit the
No,
bed.
shit the bed. And
Is he in the middle of them two?
Well, I'd say he didn't do as well as Wijnaldum, who came in free, didn't he, Wijnaldum, from Newcastle? Oh, no, you paid 20 mil for him, didn't you?
Yeah.
But obviously he scored some massive goals for you, whereas Naby lad was Pony, weren't he? The Pony Express him. So I would say...
Where's he playing now? I swear he's at some mad team.
I seen that the other day, yeah. I don't know whether you've seen this, and I don't mean to keep bringing this up all the time, but there was, I think it was Tony Cascarino.
Oh, no, he plays for Ferencvaros. Sorry.
Ferencvaros with Robbie Keane. Tony Cascarino was talking about Dominic Szoboszlai, saying that he felt he was kind of getting into the Steven Gerrard category.
No, he said, he asked the question if he was better than Steven Gerrard. Like,
and there was a debate going on, I think, on TalkSport the last 24 hours, and people were phoning in, and there was a few Liverpool fans I heard on the radio saying, oh yeah, you know, he's won a league which Gerrard never did. You know, he's still only early in his career here. He could go on to have that kind of impact. He's Liverpool's best player this season. You know, if he has 5 or 6 good seasons for Liverpool and you just win more leagues, which he could do, and more silverware, you know, at the end of his tenure, could he be considered a modern day Stevie G?
Is this you asking this question?
No, I'm saying that's what the argument was coming across. So we could only really judge people, I think, at the end of the career. I would have to say, Szoboszlai scored some massive goals. You know, City
this
goal,
season, yeah,
the Arsenal goal.
Yeah.
Like, they're, with the greatest respect to him, they're Gerrard-esque goals. You know, if he scored it from a free kick, guaranteed. But if Steven had the fucking rifle one of them in open play or a free kick, we'd have been waxing lyrical about it. Szoboszlai's done that. He's also done early on in his Liverpool career what Steven did, which was play right back in a, you know, a slightly different way they've gone about it. And he's gone on to be a bit of a Swiss Army player for the team, even though he's probably one of the team's best 3 players. He doesn't moan about getting moved around. You can clearly see he wants to play as a running number 8 in the middle of the park, but he will do a shift for the team in any fucking position, even if he is forced to play right back, which he clearly doesn't want to do. So yeah, you know, we have to judge him, I think. I'm not, you know, I haven't seen enough from Dominic Szoboszlai to, you know, to even warrant that conversation.
No.
But in 5 years' time, if we're sitting here going, do you know what, he's won 4 leagues or he's won 3 leagues at Liverpool and he's got a European Cup and a couple of fucking trinkets along the way, do you then say, do you know what, for the modern era, the way he ran, the way he's leggy, the way he scores goals in big games and fucking important matches, he could be in the legendary category at Liverpool, which then puts you, I'm not saying it puts you above Steven Gerrard, but it puts you in the same
bracket
corridors. Well, we'll have to
so
say Virgil van Dijk now in the Gerrard corridors of legendary status at Liverpool.
It could be, yeah. Trophies speak for themselves. Obviously, Gerrard didn't win as many as we would have hoped to.
Well, Virgil's won 2 Premier Leagues, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And
Gerrard
a
0
Cup.
and a Champions League, yeah.
So he has to be he's in that category for me.
Absolutely.
Has to be, yeah.
I mean, one of the best Premier League midfielders that there's ever been.
when Cascarino makes that statement, it is highly, that's the whole purpose of it. It was Declan Rice a couple of weeks ago. But also, we can only really judge players at the end of the cycle at any club, can't we? Like, I think players get legendary status far too early at clubs nowadays.
Yeah, well, Salah's in there.
Salah's got to be, yeah. But I'm saying players get
Verge is in
legendary
there.
status without really doing...
Like that, I think that Cascarino clip is I don't know. I think it's poor. I don't think he warrants. Szoboszlai hasn't warranted.
Just while we're on the games here,
Gerrard.
as our cup of teas come in here, I want you to ask you a little question here. We've got some mugs. I've got a lathe in the back garden. I've been making a bit of pottery, bit of nonsense pottery, and we've got some cups. These little beauties. So I don't know whether you prefer them ones. Got that one. Nice.
We're just having a little mess
And
about
then
with some merch,
We got
guys.
this one.
Bit of nonsense pottery.
Bit of nonsense pottery. So let us know what you think. 1, 2, or 3. We're gonna get some. I can't even reach that. I'm gonna have to move. To get let us know what you think in the chat.
And we're gonna possibly think about doing some t-shirts as well. Just
Some other bits.
nice and
badges.
simple, yeah. Bring
Well,
back
obviously-
common sense and obviously the nonsense pottery. So
Yeah, just if you're
Yeah.
the way you're thinking in the world and you just want to get a little silent message out,
yeah,
whether it's wearing it to work or the gym or the pub or whatever,
yeah.
then you'll be able to visit our shop and then just get a bit of
Support the
merch waffle,
movement.
support the movement and make a bit of a statement.
What tea bags does everyone use in this chat, by the way? I'm a Yorkshire tea guy myself.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
Got a big goal here. Oh, that's a big chance there. That's a big chance. Right, I have to mention this because it's been
Tea
annoying me.
towels.
It's been really annoying me, this.
Car stickers.
Slightly away from football. And it's another one of the Beckham's offsprings.
Not Cruz. Is it where he's
Cruz.
fucking? Is it where he's on the boat with his little jockeys on, or is it just his singing?
No, I've seen that. He actually went back up in my estimation after
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
It was the fucking lime green cardigan
Oh no, not seen
cut
this.
off when he was on TFI. He was on Chrissy Evans TFI. What's his radio show? Because he's got a band, hasn't he? Now he's going into the music thing. Cruz, Beckham, and the Breakers.
Oh,
All right,
nonsense pottery.
nonsense pottery of the highest order. They are. It's like somebody's drowning a bag of cats, and then like they're trying to be cool over the top of it,
Yeah.
and it's just like
I'm just gonna put the
you are
the
not.
green cardigan thing you're on about here
Oh, in the thing.
for everyone to see.
Yeah, you are
'Cause it's,
not a true reflection of what, for me, would be great music. Like, what are you going to write about? What is Cruz Beckham going to write about from his soul?
What do we think about this, lads?
Like, what can he? I've had this caviar on toast. Caviar on toast. Fuck off with your nonsense pottery and your stupid green fucking nonsense jumper and tie. And then the band behind them. Honest to God, I'm going. There must be musos out here who are really talented, brilliant, play the guitar out on the streets, busking. And then you've got these fucking entitled cunts fucking turning up because their half fella used to whip free kicks into the top in from 40 yards. And the Ma used to fucking do backing vocals for some fucking manufactured fucking Simon Fuller fucking nonsense pottery band.
Have you whipped
That went massive.
that picture on there?
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? But I feel for
fucking
the lads in the band because, like you're just gonna get absolutely caned. I know you're gonna get, the nonsense people kind of paying attention to it because, there'll be a few people who've had the shekels across the palms, like Chris Evans being one. Where I'm like, how are you on Chris Evans' music show? And the band's just sitting there, and I'm going, nah, lads, knock it on the head. Fucking absolutely jib it. Don't even be putting any music out because it's shit and nobody will be buying it. It'll only be your mum and dad buying it. Music.
The boy band as he Cruz.
Honestly, mate, it's like, they're just be like, why did they have to make them into something? Beans on toast at it again at the weekend. He's got black and white on his beard. They got 4 dogs. I'm just going. Like the stuff they go on about, and you've done already seen on the TikTok that now everybody's like doing videos over their actual day to show how detached from reality they are. where like they're putting like eye patches on and talking about billionaire stuff and going, you know, you don't consider you've like kind of made it in life unless you've got your own makeup fridge. People are like, I haven't even got any food in the fridge. Never mind, I've got a fucking fridge for me makeup.
The ones who wake up at 3:30 to fucking go through this morning routine.
No, they're obviously made that. Everyone's now going through their fucking internet receipts, aren't they? Because once you piss off the masses, the internet comes for your receipts. If you've been guilty of the hypocrisy, you're fucked. And I just see them pushing it. And I don't know whether you've seen Gordon Ramsay's come out, who weirdly has got his own show coming out on Netflix. And he knows, he keeps telling me the Netflix Gordon Ramsay's life. Now, I did used to like Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, because I did actually enjoy it when he used to fucking lose his mind at people.
Yeah, it's good.
Especially if they were baldy tyres and they were like not cleaning the kitchens and leaving cockroaches out the back and all that, and then going, I've cleaned the kitchens every day. And then he just obviously take them to task. But I can't really. I'm looking at it going, what does Gordon Ramsay do in his life? Like he's a chef, which we've seen, but like, what does he? What's going to entice you into watching a 6-series episode of him?
I think it's because he bollocks people, innit?
Yeah, but we've seen that on the Kitchen Nightmares. Is he going to get stuck into his own family? Like, what are we going to see in it? Like, I don't know. Everyone's got a Netflix show, haven't they, I suppose? So just content. But then Gordon Ramsay had come out saying Brooklyn's pretty much in the wrong because he's a family friend. And then it turns out old Beans on Toast unfollowed him on the Instagram. Gordon's fucking came out and said, you need to go and speak to your mum and dad and fucking, you know, maybe your birds. And he was still being followed by Beans on Toast at the time. Old Beans on Toast, though, has not been happy with it. Click the unfollow button, which is in the modern era the equivalent of getting a custard pie in the face in the town square, isn't it? Someone unfollows you.
Yeah.
Especially if
secretly.
No, if you come out and say something like
yeah.
Beans on Toast out of order, he needs to go and fucking swallow it, and his mum and dad, you know, go cap in hand, and then obviously Beans on Toast goes, clicks the button, basically goes to Uncle Gordon, cough of that in your big fucking sharp hayfod. Pick that eye, your blonde highlights, fucking conker bollocks. Anyway, I love it because it forced at me in the media, and I'm like, okay, you're going to make me read it, are you? If you're going to put yourselves in the Daily Mail and get paparazzi following you, then I'm going to fucking slag you off. So if you don't want me on your case, stay out the nonsense papers, stay the nonsense pottery away from me. You fucking absolute bear turning up in a fucking green cardigan trying to be a fucking rock star. Sling it.
I didn't know Franny Jeffers was a Macclesfield assistant.
Yeah, do you know what shocked me? I didn't realise that he'd gone as bald as he'd gone, Fran. I know he was thinning, but he's fully embraced it, hasn't he?
You are bald phobic, you.
Wait, was it 30 years ago to the day Wayne Rooney made his England debut?
Yeah, against Australia.
And Franny Jeffers scored the only goal for England.
Yeah.
Tim Cahill scored for Australia.
And where was it played?
Upton Park.
Yeah, West Ham. The bowling ground, mate. The bowling ground. This is also another thing in European football that absolutely shocked me this week. Diego Simeone, in the last 11 years, has won one league in 2021. All right, there's the thing there. I'll have to send you that. Look at that.
Highest paid football manager in the world, isn't he?
Yeah, he is in a league with Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Yeah, but he spent gazillions.
Atletico have?
Gazillions. Atletico Madrid have spent gazillions. And to only win one league, I know it's an incredible achievement to overthrow the Barca Real fucking in any season. But with the investment they've had, and also not just that, it's the amount of people who like wax lyrical about Simeone, and you go, would Jurgen Klopp managing that Atletico Madrid side with them resources have delivered more trophies? I think he would have.
Yeah.
But what people will talk about Simeone in the same breath as Jurgen Klopp. You know, when you go, right, who's the top five? They go Simeone, Ancelotti, Jurgen Klopp, or, you know, whatever. And I don't think Simeone warrants that. I don't think, you know, firstly, the style of his teams, which is always mega aggressive, 3-5-2 or 4-4-2s back in the day. I don't think he's a coach who's ever brought anything innovative to the game in terms of, other than ruggedness. I don't think his teams have ever played incredible football. They've always defended, you know, as an Argy side would, or Simeone side would. And I don't really see how he's got this reputation as, you know, as a fucking elite level European coach.
Lads, he must
When
be
he
fucking,
actually hasn't delivered over 11 years, that's his team. You're building 2 teams, 3 teams
lad,
there.
he must be shattered. You've seen him what he fucking puts into a game, every game.
Not just that.
Getting
Have
the
you seen
fans
how
going,
much he
isn't it?
fucking has to comb his fucking hair from his arsehole just to fucking keep the lid on the fucking roof? He's another one. Fucking,
Ball phobic, you know.
I can't help it.
You just hate ball people.
I'm not hating on him.
You hate ball
But
people.
actually, I don't like him because he dived for Bex, didn't he? So David,
Yeah,
he fucking dived and
Chat
fucking
saying it,
fucked us up and win the World Cup in '98 there.
There's some place for them, doesn't he? Giovanni, is it? Simeone or something
Giovanni,
like
yeah.
that?
Yeah, he plays him every
Which
week
is
as
good.
well.
I
He's,
know he does, to be fair. Oh!
as you would like, but I wouldn't
Well,
say he's
Good
the best.
save. Good save. An interesting stat this week, and it's going to take some of the greatest mathematicians to work this out. Mark Adams, who is on the International Olympic Committee, or he's a spokesman for them, was at the Winter Olympics this week, and he spoke about the Olympic athletes have ran out of condoms. 10,000 condoms lasted them 3 days.
What?
They've used 10,000 condoms in the Olympic Village in 3 days. Obviously, we've gone through Valentine's, and there's only 2,800 athletes. So there's been a hell of a lot of fucking skullduggery going on there, hasn't it?
Or someone loves a poshy.
Well, everyone's had 3. Yeah, everyone's had at least 3 full spouts in 3 days. So it's obviously... I've heard these rumours before that these Olympic villages are just meant to be like crazy knocking shops.
Yeah.
It's meant to just go off it. Now, Jake Paul's missus, if you don't know where you've seen Jake Paul's missus, that Jutta van der Leerderdam or whatever, she's
Good gear, like.
she's a speed skater. She won a gold medal.
Yeah, she did.
So obviously Jake's had to turn up, man, Mark here. Otherwise she'd have been getting
See him
absolute
crying in
poleaxed in
crowd,
the
yeah.
Olympic Village, because I imagine there's something for everyone there. Do you know what I mean? There must be all types of absolutely the world's fittest, strongest, most beautiful athletes.
There was a video of
Must be thoroughbred racehorses just getting fired out left, right, and centre there. Just fucking
Wait, did it-
Nijinsky. Look at that one there.
the last one. There was a video of the Argentinian hockey team or something, like the Birds hockey team
In the
and
Summer
lads
Olympics?
Hockey team, yeah, just
It's
having it.
over, innit? If you, well, and they're all young, aren't they? So imagine it's just, especially after your events out
Lad,
the way.
you're young, you've been training for fucking
great
months and
defender.
months and months.
And
Yeah,
your
you're all
events
juiced
out the
up.
way,
All
and
the
you've got
goosing
a
gets
medal.
banned, doesn't it, while you're training?
Well, you can't. That's the thing. I seen Jake Paul's missus saying she hadn't seen him for like 30 odd
boxing.
days or 80 odd days or something. So obviously, whatever they, and that's, you know, unfortunate. If you want to win an Olympic medal,
And I wonder, yeah,
you'd have to.
as part of your
disciplined.
training, you can't have a jodrell.
Well, if you're a boxer and that, there's loads of stories about boxers going months and months and months of celibacy. You obviously just get your fucking tadpoles doing the fucking somersaults in your head, so you just go on and want to marmalise who's ever in front of you.
Sure.
And then how spider monkey in it for like 6 hours afterwards because you've been denied it for 3 months or whatever. But they all stay away from the family. That's the reason. Because they do think it's your life force and your energy. And obviously, if you're training for 4 years for one night or one afternoon, the last thing you want a ham shank to have cost you when you get up the next day and you go, God, I just haven't got the will to fucking get after it today. Shouldn't have had that jodrell last night and fucking left the room like a fucking plasterer's radio. But yeah, it's at the Winter Olympics, as I say, I don't really like. I think the Olympics is the Olympics. The Winter Olympics just seem to me
It's more
lots of
entertaining.
rich people.
It's more entertaining, lad, honestly.
Well, I
like,
seen that
it's so fun to
skiing
watch.
thing where they flipped up the other day and the girl, is it a
Yeah,
girl
yeah.
who hit the deck?
Yeah,
It looked like
the-
she was dead.
She had to get the helicopter to come pick her up.
And you had
one.
that Lindsay Vonn who used to go out with Tiger Woods, obviously blow a leg out.
Yeah.
She's had to
Oh,
do
that
it
was
with
the
a
one, yeah.
cruciate ligament.
She just
the
had
thing you don't
surgery
get
2
is,
weeks before.
it's when they take it to the side and you see the gradient where you go, oh my God, I didn't realise that's how steep it was. And I don't know whether any of you have seen the programme. I'll ask the chat. There's a thing about the downhill skiers, a documentary called Streith, Streith, Streith. And it shows you how they train to do what they do. And once you've watched them do it, you're just like, oh my God, they are absolute maniacs.
Yeah.
And then it shows you them coming, because they're the ones who come on the biggest slope at the quickest time down. And you're just like, oh my God. But it shows you them training on the same mountains in the summer when they're all grass pastures and how they train. And you're just going, wow, they're fucking absolute lunatics. Like they're using like stilts to jump up the mountain. Do you know what I mean? It's honestly, when you watch it, we'll try and get a. It's about 10 years old, but you'll have a newfound appreciation for them when you see them in the Winter Olympic next time. And you go, fuck me, they are absolute savages.
So what I haven't stopped watching, it's on every day. The curling. I think we're...
I've lost me finger. Why I said was not to lose, not for losing that. It was to see. Did you see the murder in the curling this week with the Canadian team and the
fella.
Swedish
Fuck
team?
off! Why don't you fuck off?
But he was pushing it.
was
They call it the
Done it
hog line,
twice,
don't
yeah,
they?
you let it go and then
Was
you
cheating?
just nudge it in again.
But they
Nudged
said
it.
that the Swedish purposely set a camera up on the hog line. Is that his boss name? The hog line? Hog line. On the hog line. Because they knew this cunt was a fucking Davy Pleat. They knew he was fucking...
He's done it before.
But you do, when you play golf, I've played golf with a few of them. Can't help but dip the toes in the water. You know, the tee's there. And the little creeper, the little midnight
inch.
creepers creeping a little inch. And I go, why? Like, what? Is
What
that
are you
inch
gaining
going to make a
from that?
difference?
I think
but,
in curling it make more of a difference. Like,
but again,
if you see it's offline,
if
you
you're a
just
cheat, you're a
fucking
cheat, aren't you?
cheat, lad.
So they've and the women's team,
He's
the
called it out,
Canadian
though, hasn't he?
women's
He's called
team
it
have been
out.
accused of it again. Go, well in, lads. The
He's called it
Canadian,
out to his face.
Yeah.
Why is everyone saying Eddie the Eagle? Have you just...
He was the
Eddie
skier,
the
wasn't he?
Eagle
The
was
one
a
who used to-
downhill, yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched that
skier.
film. It was a great film.
I haven't seen the movie. Is it good? Is it?
It's good. Like,
He was a mad company.
Josh, can you grab that there? What is it?
Oh yeah, it's gone too far. Just kick it this way. I tell you what,
Don't want no
incredible
stains
so
on you.
far from Mac.
Macclesfield,
Incredible, yeah.
I said
Noah's back the
I'm
draw.
back
That's
the
an
draw.
incredible
5-1.
goal. I don't
Yeah.
mind that. Yeah.
Well, in and
back
out.
I mean, Brentford won't be bothered about how they get through as long as they get through.
Yeah.
What do you
If-
think
if-
about how he plays?
Well, it gives obviously the excitement of the FA Cup back, doesn't it? But then, if you're Macclesfield, would you prefer the dough?
And to
go
go and
play
play
at
at
Brentford,
you probably would.
Do you know what I mean? Is it any, you know?
I don't know how advantage it makes a big difference.
Or would you prefer your shot at a pen shootout?
Well, it changes. I think it'd help you in the back end of this game because Brentford will go, do you know what, fuck it, we're not taking any risk. We'll see you back at our place for round two. They're getting a payday and an opportunity to play at the G-Tech Stadium, whatever it's called. So it's a win-win. But also, I think if we want to see upsets,
You want to get them to pens
you
on the
want
day.
it one extra time and pens, don't you? One game is your best chance. Usually, it'll be your best opportunity of beating them. But then I don't know if you're Brentford. You know, you've got that security then of, you know, what if we don't quite get it right on the night? We can always get back to a replay and not have the lottery of pens. I mean, Leeds were lucky beating Birmingham yesterday because on the balance of play, I felt Birmingham could have caused an upset there. But then when you get into penalties, you know, it's just who holds the fucking nerve, isn't it? You know, sometimes you see them lower league sides really hold the nerve. Other times you see them fucking shit the bed. And I think the pitch was a huge factor. Certainly Patrick Roberts' pen, the second one that he missed because he'd sent the keeper. But it looked like it hit a little bit of a bobble as he come in because he was obviously the ninth pen or the eighth pen that was getting taken. And the grass pitch had started to get et up. Any scores in the Barca
0-0.
Girona game?
0-0. And the Italy
I'm
game's
on
0-0 as well.
2.5
I've
everywhere.
backed the draw in the FA Cup game, the Champ game, and the Italy game.
And we're still 1-0
And I've got
to
a back
Cov in
Barca.
the...
It's 1-0, yeah.
That's the only goal so
Fancy
far.
Middlesbrough to score, though.
So a couple of people have been putting in the chat tonight, are we going to vote restore? But I've seen a couple of things across social media what are saying, is restore not good, it's going to drag people away
split
from
the vote.
reform, who had the genuine chance of getting in front of Labour and the Tories.
Yeah, they're talking about does it split the vote, aren't they? And it obviously make it a bit easier for the established parties to cling on. I don't know enough about politics really so I've seen some factions saying it doesn't split the vote, or obviously others saying it does. I've seen Ben Habib and the Advance UK guys kind of making noises as if they were going to kind of unite, restore and
I've seen
Advance.
that.
I don't know what's going on there.
Would it not make sense to unite with reform as well then?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of time between now and the general election, isn't there? So what they're all doing now is jostling. We'll see in these local elections, which Labour, as I say, have been barred from postponing further. We'll see in them because you'll have an advance. I would imagine you'll have an advance candidate in some of these 30. If there's 30 elections in May, you'd have a few advance candidates. You'll probably have a few restore candidates. So imagine Ben Habib and Rupert will be now trying to get good candidates to run in whatever those by-elections are. Obviously, the more MPs you get, then you can kind of smell a wind of change coming. And if you get enough momentum, then it might be an opportunity to make a difference at the ballot box in the general election. But there's a long way to go before then. And obviously, Labour are going to fucking chop. Starmer's hanging on by his fingernails. He ain't making it. And you can see how authoritarian he is because of what they're getting into. I think all the kids have come off social media, having the Instagram and all that, started kicking all the kids off or asking.
Don't mind that, like.
Well, again, it's the thing is, it's like, shouldn't that be up for the parents? Why is the state dictating that?
Yeah.
Like, why the state taking, like, if you're a mum or dad, some mums and dads won't let the kids on it anyway. Like, it's not enough for you. So why do I want Keir Starmer, who could well be a gay man? You know, I'm led to believe the Ukrainian people who Petro bombed his house may well have been lovers allegedly. I don't know. Or we don't know till we hear more of it. The Lord Ali stuff, I don't know till they hear more about that. And obviously, it looks like it's a bit of a sham marriage to his wife. It looks like she's a bit of a trophy wife that's rolled out for press occasions.
Allegedly.
So why would I take, and his dad's a toolmaker, why would I take parental advice off him? Like, why should I allow a beige, monotone bureaucrat to tell me how I should prepare my kids for the future? Like, the kids are going to be online. The world's online. What are we going to say? So I've seen something today, and this is insanity 101. And again, another reason why I think the left, after now concede, they fucked the job up. Because these are the left. Keir Starmer is the ultimate left. These are as communist as we're likely to see in our lifetime. So if you've supported him, which a lot of people did, now is the time to unshackle yourself from that. And we're going to have loads of differences in the near future going forward to make our country and our civilization better. But we've got to start aligning ourselves with each other as a community instantly. The days are gone now. You've seen in Manchester this week, it's a bit of footage has come out. Have you seen the two terrorist
attack?
How normal they are. That one, obviously, you can tell is a bit thick, isn't he? The fella who says he supports ISIS. He's been sucked along because he's obviously a fanatic. But the other fella is really well spoken. He isn't going to jump off the page here as radical Islamist. So the wolves are hiding in plain sight, and they're clever. Now, we're lucky on this occasion that the police were all over it, and he was talking to a police operative. But how many else are out there? How many, if we don't know who's coming into the country and they're coming in without documents and burning documents and throwing them in the channel, how many more are here waiting for an opportunity that, that the police, as they did with Axel Rabjakana, they missed him. He was on the terrorist watch list. He was on Prevent and he missed and he killed a load of children.
Now, you've seen how many fucking delivery drivers there are out.
But again, it's a strange one, isn't it? Because I think the Restore Party, what I've seen was they're just sending everybody back, aren't they? Everyone's gone. So
yeah, everyone.
Yeah, but don't forget what that's going to... So, yeah, in theory, yeah, great, yeah, everyone's going, yeah. And some people want that, some people don't want that. Looks like loads of people want it, loads of people don't want it. We'll have a load who don't want it, and then we're going to be faced with, in a period of time, 3 years' time, what's happening in America now, because you're going to have all the loonies who don't want it doing mad stuff, because as we've seen from the last few years, the radical left are going to do mad shit to keep what they want happening. If that includes setting fire to stuff, we know they've got no problem with it. If that includes killing people, we know they've no problem with it.
In America?
And also, in America,
I seen a woman the other day, a nice fella was trying to arrest someone. He was like, he's raped a girl here and killed someone, and they were like, I don't care. Like this left winger in the car, and I was like,
but I would lash them out with them.
But that's how deluded they are. When he's literally saying like he's raped a child, like. Why you not like? If you actually cared, you'd care and try and get out. And she was like, "I don't care."
There's more to come on this Labour one, because you've obviously, I don't know if you've seen this Morgan McSweeney, who's meant to be the architect behind Starmer. He's been fed to the wolves because of the Mandelson. He's had to go. Yeah. And there's a Jonathan Powell, who's a huge policy advisor inside Starmer's government, is also rocking and about to spew it, because there's more to come. Now the big thing here is Labour. There's been allegations in the papers, I don't know if it's today or it was yesterday, that any journalists who've been holding them account and writing negative articles about them they've spent £35,000 allegedly on getting them followed, and a private investigator to dig everything up on them to try and find links to Russia or Israel to discredit the journalists. So these are people inside our government who are targeting journalists who are speaking badly about them, and they're trying to ruin their credibility as journalists and trying to ruin them as people, because they don't want the truth getting out about what they're doing, which is a true dictatorship. Mm-hmm. It is a true authoritarian government where there's people within the government who are using taxpayer money to target people who they see as against them. And I don't know whether this hope not hate or whatever have been pulled into it. Don't know whether you're also seeing this week, Tommy Robinson has had to leave the country because the police give him something warning. Someone will tell us the name of it, ISO warning or something, where he's been told he's on ISIS have basically put in a manual that he's getting it. It's been some kind of whatever channel it is. Someone will tell us, and it's a something warning or something. They give you basically your life's in danger, and this is where it was. He'd obviously put it on his social media, so he's obviously now left the country. But again, after what happened at Aston Villa, after what happened where the Israelis weren't allowed in,
An Osman warning,
that's it. After that, how would you feel safe in the UK? When you've just seen that Manchester thing in terms of the synagogue getting attacked and people being slain, and a terror plot foiled, and we've seen if you want to be an Israeli and go to a footy match in Birmingham, well, that's a no-go area because these aren't having it. So why would you feel safe here? Would you feel that ISIS cannot reach into this country? I wouldn't.
Where's he gone?
I don't know where he's.
Obviously,
he's gone to Spain or something like that. I don't know. We can't grass him up, lad. Don't know where he's gone. Fucking North Pole.
I know he likes to go to like Dubai and that though.
If I was him, I'd just move to the world's biggest pig farm. I'd just move in. I go, right, where's the world's biggest pig farm? Right, Kentucky. Right, I'm just going to move in, and there's going to be 78 million pigs between me and you motherfuckers. You want to come and get me, ISIS? Come and get me. But that's the absurdity of it is, do you feel safe? You should feel safe in England from a group of fucking Neanderthals who are living in the Middle East, who believe in mad stuff from the 7th century. You shouldn't be in the 21st century in Britain and be fearful of your life. They shouldn't have the capability to do anything to us. And yet, clearly, the fact that he's had a phone call off our intelligence services or off our police force to say, look, we have to make you aware of this, instead of saying, it's not going to happen, we'll take care of it. Now, could they be pulling his chain? Could they be actually just noising him up, going, look, we've dragged this fella through the court system or whatever, and he hasn't backed down.
Just get him fucked
I'll tell you what we do now.
Scare him to death.
Well, we're just going to fucking noise him up. We're going to noise him right up. Because it's not, I don't think you'd be bothered about it. Well, obviously you would be bothered about your own safety, but it'd be more, threat to life to other people kind of close to him, wouldn't it? That you would be, certainly with, people from that persuasion, if it's ISIS, they're usually quite radical, aren't they? We've seen them attack the Bataclan in Paris and countless other attacks across Western Europe and the rest of the world. So, it would be a huge fucking issue if they're putting it into their. It's appeared on a program or in a monthly fucking bulletin.
Monthly bulletin. Tommy Robinson's getting it.
But again, you remember Salman Rushdie when the Ayatollah put the fatwa on him. And obviously it was years and years later. They tried lots and lots of times because of the book, The Satanic Verses. They tried lots and lots of times to get him, and then eventually, when they did coffer him in America, he coffered him at a show. Fucking years later, stabbed him, nearly killed him, didn't he, in the eye? Yeah. So,
it's just mad that you can speak about all these ISIS attacks and then they're letting all these people in on dinghies unvetted. They're just asking for it.
That is people's concern, though, isn't it?
I think that is the concern.
We need to know who's coming in the country and what the thing goes off. This is the thing about what just happened in Manchester. One of those people was an Iraqi soldier.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when they come in, and you go, what did you do in a previous life? I was an Iraqi soldier. Yeah, you can't come in, mate. Why? We've been fighting against you, so you're not coming in. I don't know how we take them in. It's bizarre. You know what I mean? Imagine after the First World War, you were like, what was you fighting against us for Germany? Yeah, come in. And then how'd you get them out? Now, we don't know who is here. We've lost.
Oh, no.
Oh,
not an Oggy.
He can't not go for it, though, He can't not go for it. It's in the corridor.
The other lad's going to tap it in.
Poor bastards. He can't not go for it because he's behind him. It's a fucking classic defenders proposition,
Corridor
isn't
of
it?
uncertainty.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you don't have a bite at it, it goes behind it, he slots it. If you fucking have a nibble at it, it ends up with a fucking Oggy.
I didn't see it then, let's have a look. His position's poor.
I know, but he's just panicked with the run behind him. He gets in too deep. That's a bad position, yeah. But look, the lad, see the run behind him, just panics him, doesn't he? I mean, keeper's
probably shouted away as well.
He's scoring there, isn't he? The Brentford player, really. He's got a head on goal.
Yeah, he stands it up lovely, doesn't he? So if he misses it, he's going to score, isn't he? Faro, is it? He's going to slot behind him. So he's kind of got to get it, but you would fancy yourself there. I think he dropped too deep. I don't like people going beyond the 6-yard line. I think anything inside, that's the keepers.
Brentford's only chance is extra time penalties. I don't think they're going to score.
I'm struggling because Barca have decided to fucking...
Jamal's missed a pen.
Has he, yeah?
Just before half time.
Barca have decided to ache on their own penis in Girona. Yeah, Jamal missed a pen. And we've only got one. We're still needing goals everywhere, lad. So it's half time in both of them games. I'm needing 3 there. I need 2 in Coventry.
We need a miracle.
And I need another couple here. Do you remember him, Matheson, who played for
made his debut
Rochdale?
for Wolves.
Yeah, no, Rochdale he was. He came through as a 15-year-old. And he did he play against Man United in the FA Cup as like a 15, 16-year-old? Sad to see him still at like this level, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it just shows he hasn't developed or kicked on.
Wolves signed him after that.
I think he nicked the move, to a Premier League club. Yeah, it might have been Wolves. Because if you're playing in the league, I think he was League 2 at the time with Keith Hill.
One of the youngest players to
15 or something. You know, the big teams are going to have a look at that. Well, he was another one, young Lewis Potter, who plays for Brentford. He was in Hull's team early. Yeah. When Hull were League 1, I think.
He's only 23 now.
Is he?
Matheson.
Yeah.
Where was he though? Was it Wolves, the Premier League club?
Must have signed for Wolves. Must have went along to Ipswich. He's barely played though. On loan at Hamilton. Scunthorpe. He's never made more than 15 appearances.
Simeone was a superb player, people are saying. Oh my God, I'm so far down on the...
What do you think about Jim Ratcliffe? Coming back out to save his...
He had to apologise, didn't he? He had to apologise. I think he's felt the pressure of obviously the weight of being the leader of Man United and keeping all of their interests happy. So I think for the word colonisation, I think he had to... Obviously, there was a bit of pressure. He had to concede a little bit of ground there. But I didn't see, other than, you know, the way they've weaponised that word, you know, because it's like seen as a slave. It can only be used by certain people to describe certain other people. It can't be used the other way. Other than that word, I thought his sentiment was spot on. And I knew he was on the right because I seen, obviously, Black Gary was out. On their podcast, Black Gary was out having a pop at him, wasn't he? And obviously then the internet keeps the receipts. He's talking about him being a tax exile and how dare he have an opinion and, you know, he's doesn't deserve to speak because unless you sell Walker's crisp and if you've got a penchant for the young ones, you can't fucking have an opinion. That you can't be a right-wing commentator because you're just a Nazi. You're not even capable of formulating an opinion. You're a Neanderthal if you don't want to move 87 refugees into your street and fucking care for everybody. And Lineker's obviously put his fucking tuppence into that. And, you know, for me, when it comes out, you know, people haven't forgot about Gary Lineker's 30-year scrap with the BBC over whether he was an employee of them or not and whether he was paying the right amount of tax. And I think he ended up getting away with it, didn't he? But as we all know, he has fucking worked for the BBC, hasn't he?
Didn't he have to pay millions?
He got away with it, didn't he? He tried. Well, he that was the thing, because people were saying to him, you know, you're having a go with Jim for his tax status, and obviously you're not Mr. Squeaky Clean yourself, are you? You know he professes to be all the time, doesn't he? I mean, you know, Teabag gets it, doesn't he? And I don't know whether you've seen Teabag's sister, who's Stockport County.
He's give it.
He's give it to the wing.
No VAR, lad, so we don't even have to worry about this going. Like, I mean,
fuck off.
He thinks it's a pen, the kid.
No,
you don't have to worry about it. He's just being overturned.
A little bit late.
Oh, fucking hell. That's awful.
Hey, if it's Liverpool, Mo Salah gets them. Did you see Mo Salah's the other day, the one he got? The professional dive again?
Dive.
See Mo Salah's professional dive for a pen?
That was a penalty.
Oh, come on.
It's a pen.
This is what I don't like about you in terms of when you know he's cheated, you've got to accept he's cheated there, lad.
It's a penalty.
No chance, lad.
Play well at Liverpool.
Yeah, but then you just spoil it with the cheating and the diving at the end.
No,
the game's gone, lad. If you're giving pens for that, nah. The Egyptian king, who's the world's strongest man, when you're trying to get the ball off him, as soon as he's trying to take you on, next minute, fucking hell, what's happened to that gravity there? Fucking hell, it must have been whatever them Egyptians had to build them pyramids. Mo Salah's got in them F-50s, fucking anti-gravitation devices, especially if there's a half a sniff of a penalty about. Cheating bastard. You're telling you just pissed the golf gods, you've pissed the fucking footy gods off. So I've no doubt at all. Liverpool will not win a trophy this season.
Oh,
Not a chance of winning a trophy this season.
Lads.
the receipts will be getting kept.
Yeah, no chance of winning a trophy this season. Well, you not win the League Cup and you not win the league. It's not like I'm fucking Nostradamus.
I was about to say, do you
You
want to
just
bet?
get in the FA Cup. I don't even know the draw.
Not daft enough. Wolves away.
Yeah, so you're through there. Then again, well,
No, you don't know.
to lose.
Don't know.
To lose. No, you beat them. They're,
You don't know.
They can't beat you. They won't have the belief to beat you. They'll be demoralised by the time you turn up.
Yeah,
Did you see
someone's
that
just.
Lewis Potter, first ever Hobbit to play in the Premier League?
He is only small, like, isn't he?
Someone asked, "What are your thoughts on the fella not cutting his hair?" And what Rooney said.
Rooney's just jealous. What a nice option to have. Wayne must be kept going, fucking jammy cunt there. He's got more hair on his head now on one sitting, one haircut run than Wayne's had on his head in his whole life. But also, I reckon Wayne's back and chest and arsehole will be as hairy as that fella's head. He must be like a fucking Richard Keys with his top off. Because he's full of testosterone. And you remember he burst on the scene at Everton? He was going bald then. Rooney was going bald at 16, 17 because he had 7 million tons of testosterone surging around his body because he was fucking an absolute incredible footballer.
Yeah.
Incredible player. You don't think you'll ever see anything like that again.
He must have been the best 16, 17,
Never see anything like that
at that time.
Wasn't just that.
Remember the
he was a
Euros that he
fucking
absolutely
bull.
ran the show?
Mm-hmm.
I seen him play in that Euros when he was 18. I seen him play in the first game against Switzerland. I was in the stadium. Stevie G got me tickets. I was in the stadium live. He scored the header and he was 18. And you were like, oh my God, he could be the best player here at this Euros. But he's 18. It's like, fucking hell, you got to hold your horses. Bear in mind, the next game in the Stadium of Light, I went to Benfica game and Zizou's playing. So you got England against France, Zidane, Vieira, fucking all the kiddies for them. And he fucking murdered Lilian Thuram. He was doing all pivots and pirouettes and he was just on a completely different plane to every other person on the pitch, including Stevie G. And I was just like, oh my God, he is the best player in the world. I think in that tournament, obviously Ronaldo descending off killed it. But there was a period there where, and he spoke about it, didn't he, Wayne, in the fucking documentary where he said, I thought I was the best player on it, and you could see it. Yeah. And I was in the stadium, bear in mind, I'm playing in the league at the time, and I'm just going, oh my God, I don't fancy facing this cunt twice a season. Yeah. Because he was just a fucking absolute...
Like 18 to 24, he was fucking scandalous.
Incredible,
really.
Incredible. And again, I think people forget that. You know, I've seen certain quarters compare themselves to it. Blasphemy! Especially from where they've come from. Like the blasphemy there, the Declan Rice stuff was blasphemy. The fucking Szoboszlai stuff, blasphemy. But somebody comparing themselves to fucking the Rune dog. Was a Rooney.
That'll do you. That'll do.
Nope.
It's the nail in the coffin, isn't it?
Blasphemy.
That'll do you, pal.
Blasphemy. So yeah, it's I think it's forgotten that how young he was, but also I don't think I'm looking at it going, will you ever see a fucking superhuman mutant ninja turtle out of Crockstuff at 16 with fucking a 6-pack on his traps? Each trap had a fucking 6-pack. He was actually in better shape, weirdly.
When he was
18 to 22 than he was. You think you mature and become a better athlete, you know, 28 onwards. He was actually the other way around. He was almost like a little bit of a Benjamin Button career, didn't he, Rooney?
He was always thick set though, weren't he? Like,
I don't think he ever got better though. I think he was a brilliant player, but I think he was
peak 18, 24.
Surely
he was brilliant then.
No, surely got better.
No, he was brilliant player, but I'm saying, if you said to me which version of him would I want, I'd say give me him at 18. Same with Michael Owen. I'd say give me 18-year-old Michael Owen rather than 27-year-old. If you said to me which version of Wayne Rooney do you want to sign, that's the version you want to sign. Yeah, he was a good player at the end.
For one season, you say you'd obviously want to sign a younger version.
No.
No, but
I think he was the best player in the world
at 18.
At 18, I think he was an incredible player, a world level player. But I think there was a spell there where he was untouchable. He was the best on the planet. Now, obviously, Messi and all that came along, and he was still an elite level for.
Oh, come on!
Handball!
It's got to be on ball.
And he's handball. He's not giving it though because it bounces up.
Go on, lads.
Come on.
Go on then.
Oh, fuck me, that's so
light. Take
it down, you shitbag.
Oh, that's all right.
Time for the goal, yeah.
Yeah, these are the Premier League team lads that fucking have the right go, yeah, Macclesfield.
Hey,
Yeah,
they've made a
it's
cup tie of it. They were lucky with the own goal. You know what I mean? They haven't been backs of the wall, have they? They've obviously competed like fuck. But again, it'd be nicer, yeah. Little bit of a giant kill and a little equaliser and then extra time pens. Only because you've got a bet on, and I can't see us getting 2 goals from here.
Cardiff still 1-0.
And fucking Barca decided to fucking have an off night, haven't they?
That says 0-0.
Rashford's fucking on the school dinners again. Fucking decided not to fucking have a go.
Looks like they are giving them a beating, like.
He's not even playing, Rashford.
2 expected goals. No, that's a load of shite, but...
Good tie for Wrexham in the next round. They got Chelsea at home.
Did they, yeah? I haven't seen any other
I
good
haven't
fixtures.
seen the draw.
Arsenal.
Who were the low? Let's have a look.
Well played.
Arsenal got Mansfield at Mansfield.
Is that Lacey again?
Yeah.
Nigel Clough it.
Lewis had the steady game. Did
Who'd City get?
big goal for the Dovey went on the weekend?
Oh, did you play Sunday?
No. Connor told me he was off. Connor come in to changes on Parkland or something on Saturday and was like, oh no, we're not playing tomorrow. I was like, sound. But then I had a good game on Saturday, got man of the match. And I've been pulled in again. People are after me. The Dovey are after me.
The Astro bumper though. I went the game.
I'm going to ask them.
The Astro turf's hard on the
game?
body. Yeah, I've seen the second half.
I'm going to go and play. I think I'm going to go and play for the
2
Dovey.
games. Is both an
Next
Astro
Sunday.
turf?
Man asked.
Fucking hell, lad, you're going to be
My
in a
legs,
wheelchair
so
when
I
you're
was
28.
stiff and then I played paddle this morning and my fucking legs from
I'm
my
going
hamstrings
to
and all
wrist
that.
the Achilles. I think I done my Achilles in that game. I'm going to wrist the paddle this
We're
week.
playing on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm
aren't
going
we?
to have a little risk. I'll have a go. No, do you want to try and get one?
I can
Sam will
convince
play
Sam to
for
play.
Wednesday,
It's just a 6 a.m. jobby, innit? It's fucking early, that.
Robbie will play if not.
Have you spoke to him?
They were saying if
Nobody
Rooney
will.
would have went to Barca or Real Madrid, do you think he'd have been better? You got the
Possibly, yeah.
Ronaldo factor.
Possibly.
It's weird, isn't it? Whereas like a Portuguese player will come through and they have no problem. Our players tend to, you know, stick in one place, don't they? And you think Gerrard and Rooney, you know, obviously he went to Man United, but then he just stayed there.
Yeah.
And Gerrard obviously came through Liverpool and stayed there. I think if Everton would have been capable of winning leagues, he might have stayed at Everton his whole career. Obviously, we were miles off it, or we were certainly further behind Man United off it. And when you look at it, you go, if you were them two, Gerrard for Real or Barca, and I know he was linked with them, Rooney must have been at some point. You must look back and think, fucking hell.
Should have won
Had
it in a
to go-
couple of years.
I think you get another gear there. I think it just changed. I don't know whether they give him the go faster juice. You get more pens at Real Madrid, you get, as you've seen there, so you must obviously get. I think Dr. Fuentes, whoever Real and Barca and the cyclists were all fucking alleged to have had bags of blood in the back garden of.
Your standard of living goes up tenfold, doesn't it?
I think, well, I know from instance, because I told you about Colaccini saying the queue for the doctor when he was at AC Milan for the vitamin injections. Yeah. Obviously, Hans Muller-Wolfart was the Bayern doctor. Fucking, you seen Goretzka when he turned up at fucking, like Arnie Schwarzenegger, weren't he? Leon Goretzka when he went to Bayern. Seen him now, since all the testosterone's gone out of him. Like Johnny Vegas.
Huh.
Is he here?
It's come off the. They've stopped giving it. Muller-Wolfart must have stopped giving him the go faster juice because they're going, nah, you're not playing anymore, lad. We've signed a new midfielder. And he gets the juice.
Oh, they brought Watara on.
Oh, what a ball. Unlucky. Another, so the draw was Fulham, Southampton, Newcastle, Man City, West Ham will host the winner of this match. Mansfield, Arsenal, Wolves, Liverpool, Port Vale or Bristol against Sunderland, Wrexham, Chelsea, and the Daniel Farke derby.
Norwich.
Leeds v Norwich.
Norwich beat West Brom, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played West Brom, didn't he? Hey, he's turned them round. Phil Clement, the old Rangers manager, has gone into Norwich. He's started to slowly turn them round.
Yeah.
Fucking Burnley let me down on my bet.
Burnley, Scotty Nonsens Parker.
Mm.
They win them 1-0 as well. I've seen them score.
watching
Josh
it, well,
Lawrence used to play
was
for
watching,
QPR.
like, the
with us.
goal show.
0 Lecce 1.
And then he scored that free kick. Great goal. I know.
Vardy's playing tonight. Cameronese playing tonight. Cameronese.
No. Cagliari
He's
and
done all right though,
Lecce.
hasn't he?
They've got a chance of staying up. I seen they were like 4th or 5th bottom or something.
But done all right. You just don't want to see that, do you, on the run?
Yeah, they're near.
No greens.
Yeah, they're near the bottom, aren't they? He scored a few. I've seen him score a few goals. It must be just to switch off and fucking get. I mean, have you seen what's happening with Leicester?
Yeah, the fuck don't they?
Fucking hell!
Is it going to be more points off?
But they've gone from winning the league to nearly going out of business in 10 years.
How does that happen?
Well, the fella fucking, the helicopter pilot fucking threw the dad in, the brains of the operation into the fucking outside the tarmac outside the stadium, didn't he? When the plane went down, the helicopter.
Yeah.
And I think the boys gone in, and obviously the dad's been the main man, hasn't he? That's been his passion, and whether the boys got that experience, he's been thrown into the deep end because of the tragedy, and obviously they've slowly deteriorated over the decade. Horrible to fate to decide that. You know, you've won the league, you've got this great owner who everyone loves, and a twist of fate like that.
Yeah. Awful.
And again, next minute you're fucking looking at League One. You know, you're looking at Leicester going there. They're going to be in League One next year. Leicester
crazy.
next year could be playing against Bromley.
After winning.
And
After
if you'd have
playing
said that
Atletico
to
Madrid,
Bromley or Leicester fans 10 years ago,
yeah,
because they weren't even in the fucking league, Bromley.
Leicester
they'd
got to
have
the
laughed at you.
quarterfinals at the Champions League. We played Atletico Madrid, who went on to the final that year.
Oh, in the year after? Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a defence of the title, did they? Although allegedly they've given 2 better title defences than Liverpool. Liverpool's 2 title defences have been the equivalent of a footballing chocolate fire guard.
Season's not finished, yeah.
Lad, you aren't going to mount a title challenge. Come on.
No, top 4.
Man United, Man United have got more chance of winning the league than you.
Coventry 2-0.
Do you think Liverpool get top 5? Are you saying they get in the top 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that
Carragher
performance
said
of the
a
day,
few
we were
weeks ago he
unbelievable.
didn't think. You
I
beat
think so.
Brighton, lad. Come on. What about Arnie Slot? He's slowly pissing people off because he went, you know, Brighton played the way we want them to play. It's like, shut up, you baldy Dutch bastard. Stop moaning about saying it's a set-piece league and that just because you've been figured out and your team's been shite this year after all the dough you spent. So you're complaining about it turned into a direct set-play league, and these are the type of teams you want to play, the teams that want to build up and from out the back. Fuck off. Oh, that's got to be a goal. What was the keeper doing there? So I think Slot's slowly burning through all the credit with everybody that he amalgamated last year, because he just seems like a little fucking moaning, entitled Dutchman.
Hang on, so when I slag him off and say, oh, fucking hell, I half want to get him out here, then you give me shit for saying that, but
Because
now
he's
you're
won a
saying
league.
this other stuff. I
And
know,
where's
but
your
so
loyalty?
what? He's not good enough, though.
Well, again, he's won a league. He's only had 1 full season. He's won the league. So what do you mean he's not good enough?
Yeah,
Like, he has to be good enough.
Well, he's got man of the match, centre-half a match.
Man of the
Emirates
match.
player
But
of the match.
He's only 29. He was playing in the Premier League for Man United at 19. Bought with Jackson.
What league am I in?
Yeah, he's had a few.
Conference
Fucking hell.
Done
How are they
incredible.
doing? How are they
They-
doing in the Conference North? Are they up
Just
there?
out-
I don't
outside the
know.
playoff.
Well, they were playing against Cables last year. They were playing against Prescott Cables last year.
Mad. That's mad.
I mean,
fucking-
listen, they would have, they pissed the league. didn't
Yeah,
they?
obviously, yeah.
I don't know how this sits with you, and I'll have to have a pop at him. The Afghan, obviously the Afghan
Lassie.
skid mark, skid. Actually, he is skids. That's what he used to call him at Man U, because we used to have skids in his undies, didn't he? Allegedly. Class of '92 members, a couple of them told me that's what the old Afghan hound was notorious for. The old curry baps in the sloggies. He's had the old itchy bullet hole, the old rabbit's nose in the under trousers and the undergarments, and they got beat in a massive clash at the top of the conference, didn't they? By Sparky users, Carlisle dusted them, and they've been on a slippery slope, getting turned over. And then I'm watching the footy. Here he is. I'm fucking doing the commentary on the Birmingham game and gone, your team's in free fall. You spend fortunes in the conference. You're a 5th, and you're slowly fucking getting further and further and further away from getting promoted. And you're on a Sunday where you should be analysing what went wrong against your divisional rivals who've just fucking finger blasted you at home 3-1. You're out watching Birmingham play a Premier League side in Leeds. All right, fair enough. We've got jobs, bills to pay, etc. But if you want to be a top manager, the old Afghan, got to prioritise. Should be a team over everything else. And then the cunt's on fucking 5:05 doing a phone in on the Monday night. I'm like, if you're a player there, you're going, firstly, what is this stupid cunt doing? Why is he constantly on the fucking telly with his big massive Uta talking absolute
He wants to be
fucking
a
nonsense?
celebrity, doesn't he? He wants to be a
He's trying to be
celebrity.
everything.
Is he still down his hair?
He's trying to be everything. You know, at the programme where he's doing a programme about how much stick he gets. Well, it's like, tell you what, Rob, don't go and have a film crew fucking follow you around and dress like a fucking bear in the lower league fucking sidelines. Because you're just making yourself, you might as well just put a massive target on your head and say, do us a favour, throw eggs at me. Throw a load of fucking shit at me, will you? And then start crying about people throwing shit at you because you've gone out with the camera crew. It's like, and you've got bleach blonde hair.
No, but they
You
on
fucking
Dublin threw the
tosser.
head on him.
Who?
Did he?
Dublin.
Dion
In a
Dublin
match?
lost his head, yeah.
In a
Cool.
game?
Yeah, in the derby. He was Birmingham against Aston Villa in
Upstairs
the
to the
derby. Yeah, he got
bedrooms?
to him, didn't
Fuck
he?
off.
Nutted them, yeah.
Let's have a look
Yeah,
at
and he
that.
forgets that, doesn't he? Old fucking Holmes under the hammer.
Yeah.
Forgets that.
Upstairs to the bedrooms. What's his name? Robbie Savage.
Savage, yeah. So I think he's got to get his fucking priorities in order.
Is it a
I'd be
straight
fucking
nerd?
fuming. But I'm made up because I can't bear him. Savage. He's a fucking absolute nonsense person.
Oh, he fucking lifts someone now. Oh, he lifts him?
Yeah. And then Dale Vince, the owners at Sauce Pot, isn't he? He's
it's
a
a
Just
fucking-
Stop Oil. He's one of the Just Stop Oil bellends.
It's a good headbutt,
Need to
that.
check his hard drive.
Right in front of the ref, though.
He's a big free for Palestine from Kafar, where Just Stop Oil, glue yourself to the road, throw fucking beans all over the fucking world, masterpiece painting in the fucking art gallery, nonsense potter, because that's going to stop China building a coal factory every week. Yeah, get the beans off the factory, you fucking stupid smelly cunt. Get yourself fucking in the clink, fucking silly bastard, throwing that over that work of art. So the Chinese fucking... I've got cleaner air. We are the most stupid nation on the planet, and the sooner we get rid of these
we could
zero
be.
imbeciles, the better.
The most stupid.
Well, of course we
nation
are,
on the
because
planet right now.
Norway have a sovereign wealth fund of 3.2 trillion, which is based on all of their mining and drilling in the North Sea for gas and oil and resources that they have. We have access to the same resources because it's our sea, and yet we import all ours in. We're not, because of our eco climate. We don't drill for any of it, or we don't take it out the ground because we are fucking imbeciles. They have a sovereign fund so they take it out of the ground and it gets put back in to their system and invested, and we're not even drilling it.
Yeah.
That's why, the Trump mob saying drill baby drill.
And so what, we're buying it from China?
No, we're slinging wind thing up and pulling it in from Russia, pulling it in from everywhere else we can get it, rather than tapping our own, even though the Norwegians are tapping.
Because it'll upset a few people.
Because obviously the fucking tree huggers will fucking get the knickers in a twist and glue themselves to a road and fuck the traffic up for the afternoon. And again, it's this race to madness. It's this suicidal empathy. It's this fucking ridiculous process where you think, do you know what? How do we look after everybody in our community who's paid tax and done the right thing? How do we do it? I'll tell you what we do. Give them fuck all and just get a load of people here who've got no commitments to the country and give them everything. Absolute insanity.
Lads, there's goals going in here.
We need them.
Goals everywhere.
1-1 Barca.
We're not going to get
Lecce.
two here, though. We're just looking for the equaliser here for Mach. Do you know what, though? Credit to them. They've made it a cup tie, haven't they? They haven't fucking rolled over and got the bellies tickled.
Yeah.
I think.
As we said, it's just that little lapse of concentration in that one big
But
moment.
Brentford paid them the ultimate respect, didn't he, with the team, in terms of the team selection. They said, look, we know this is a serious game. We know if we don't play the right experience and the right quality of players, we could get ourselves dumped out the cup. In fairness to Keith Andrews, he has still blooded a couple of young ones by the look of it into the front line. It hasn't been...
They've been lively, though.
the Thiago being out and a few of the big hitters. I know, but I'm saying fair play to him for throwing a few of the kids in and trusting the kids in it.
Yeah.
But again, I think they'll just be happy. Brentford, it's a tricky little tie. Haven't seen Palace get dumped out, progress, get into the next round, get in the at, and then obviously take it from there. It's great for Macclesfield. It'll put a few quid in the fucking coffers. The fact that they've beaten a Premier League side and obviously, given a scare here to another one and had a good going with this Brentford side, should give them a load of confidence to take it in the back end of their season and maybe get themselves promoted to the conference. But on this show, and they're a good side. Fucking, there's going to be no easy games at their place for anyone if they're doing that to Premier League sides. Never mind fucking Conference North.
You'll think that, wouldn't you? We'll put a bet on them next week and they'll fucking draw that on to Peterborough Sports.
Yeah.
No, I think they're trying to raise the club out of the. They were a league club. People forget Macclesfield were the League One. Macclesfield, Paul Ince get them up to League One.
Yeah, I think
not
he
long
did,
ago.
Yeah.
And it's a great catchment area, isn't it? In terms of you get all the lads who'll come out the Northwest clubs, all the academies, and they live in that area in and around Mach. It's a great knock,
He'll
lad.
be offside, surely.
Oh, he wasn't, lad. Oh, he wasn't offside.
For fuck's
It's over
sake.
anyway.
Shit, that. Unlucky.
Tell you what, though.
Good effort.
It didn't get me over
Good
2.5
effort,
goals,
no.
but it was an enjoyable match to watch. Get the Cov Middlesbrough on for the last period here, lad.
Yeah.
So my bet's dead there, so I'm now waiting on absolutely jack shitness. Are you just waiting on anything? Are you riding anything in?
No, I had 3 draws.
I had over 2.5 in that.
I'll tell you what, this puts the cat amongst
Do you know
the
what?
pigeons.
Let's just... hopefully Middlesbrough score in the next 10 minutes and make it like
if you were
I'm
Millwall,
gonna have another brew on.
if you were Millwall and the team's chasing here, would you want a team to win or would you want a draw? If you were Millwall are in third.
Surely you want 1 all.
I'd want a draw, yeah.
Oh, sorry. You want 1 point each?
I'd want a draw, just because you'll want to win the league, don't you?
Absolutely,
Like I know
yeah.
you want to get promoted, but you want to win the fucking league.
Josh, push that Joe's camera over to like just the
That way?
right a bit. Yeah, push. No, wait. Can you not see on the thing?
Too
Put
far.
him in the middle. So you can see on the screens. Put him in the middle. No. Just with the thing.
Oh, good save,
But you
lad.
just done, but just not as far. So come back this way.
That's it. That's fine. It's all right. That's fine. Good save, that.
Yeah. I hopefully Middlesbrough got to go in the next 10. Make it a bit more entertaining. But
Do the Coventry own this stadium now? When we played there, great effort, lad. Thought he'd saved it. Thought he got a tip at it. The keeper, he hasn't.
1 effort.
Yeah, Sadamento. Where was he? MK Dons or something? Has he come through the lower leagues as
Fuck
well?
knows.
The stadium was owned by like a kind of holding group that sat outside the Cov, and they struggled for years to get this Ricoh Arena off them because they were kind of renting, and it was in a bit of a. They were almost gonna. Didn't they play? Or they did play at another stadium, didn't they, for a period?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, even when they were on the rise under Mark Robbins, and then I think this current ownership group have got and bought the stadium and got control of it. People forget their former FA Cup winners, Coventry. Won the FA Cup, John Still.
You've got fucking. You're rubbing off on people. Someone just said Frank Lampard's got a baboon on his ass. Baboon's ass.
Baboon's
on his
ass,
head.
yeah.
You're
Listen,
rubbing
you've
off
got to
on
get
people.
on
You
it. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I'm just saying,
boulderphobe.
I just think it's important to raise people's awareness to the follically challenged. There's nothing. I don't think any lesser of them, unless they start sticking all mad contraptions on the top and fucking trying to gaslight me into me believing they've got a full head of hair. If you start sticking all iron filings on the top or fucking rolling on the floor with fucking sellotape on the prick stick on the top of their head and then
Lollipop on the carpet.
fucking rolling on the carpet.
Someone just said he played at Northampton.
Northampton was I thought he went MK. I'm gonna have to check that. I'm sure he went. I thought that's Sadamento. I'm sure I've seen him at MK. 1-1 Girona Barca. So
They'll win that Barca. Gonna tell them about your bet that you won.
No, it's not really much to write home about. It is a nice little. I had a
win
couple
at the
in.
end of the day.
I had a couple in, which was Gabriel Jesus. I just thought he'd play, so it's like he'll score if he plays because he fucking needs to. Because of Gocheres and Havertz, if he wants to force someone's hand. Sorry, it was Brighton under 21s. Where'd I see him? West Brom, Ipswich? No. Must have been Ipswich. We played Ipswich in the Cup that year. Maybe he played in that. I thought he was MK Dons. He's done well, and Ayling come all the way up through Yeovil. Obviously had that great spell with Bielsa and Leeds. And then
I always liked him, you know. Do you know what, lad? He was such a good FPL asset when he was at Leeds. Him and Stuart Dallas. Who we did play golf
cheap
with.
and you'd get assists and all that.
Lad, $4.5 million, Stuart Dallas as a
Play every
defender,
week.
but he basically played in midfield. And he had a little spell where he was just getting goals and assists, but played golf with him, didn't we? Not with him, but
In the Coyley's
You speaking to him there,
golf
yeah,
day,
yeah.
There's going to be a few, as I say, those teams chasing these. Hull being one of them. Preston needed to win. I felt at the weekend they were 2 up, weren't they, against Watford and drew 2-2.
that's a chance.
I'll get in.
Oh, come on, this will be a good game, this.
By the way, that's a hell of a finish. I thought it might have been handball.
This will be
Do
a
you know
good
what
game.
I made up?
lad,
You know what I made up for? I said to you the over 2.5s. That was nailed on in this game.
They're nailed on.
Absolutely nailed on in this game. That's a hell of a finish. That wasn't easy. That.
I don't know. I the fucking smell someone.
Is this McGree? Is he an Aussie kid? Him?
I'm going to put a 5 on the 12-1 fucker.
Is he an Aussie? Him? You going on a 12 for Butter?
Yeah. 25 minutes.
There has been a few mad
flying
comebacks
out,
too. Like
wouldn't
Celtic came back from 2 down yesterday. There has been a few.
Just a
he
little
is.
5, 12-1.
He is an Aussie. This
Hang
kid,
on, has it changed?
Riley McGee.
Was that 12-1 for 3? Oh, just put a 5 on. It's fucking The odds have gone. Cover bad shitbags as well, aren't they?
Well,
got the Arsenal trait.
it's not that. It's
Go on,
you've
mate.
got your beak in front,
Suspended, yeah.
your fucking tails up, and then the other team get it, and now you're
I'm
going
going to go
right.
for a Barca
do
and
we sit on
Middlesbrough
it?
double. Last 20 for both.
Do we sit on it? And they get nervier and nervier, and obviously the little bit of a blip that they're having at this moment, the little run they're on, would allow those demons to be in some of the players' minds. So this could be a fucking key last 20 here. If Butter get the tail up, they always say in football, 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline because you think you're fucking home and nose. Next minute, the cat gets put amongst the pigeons like Middlesbrough have just done there.
Oh, God.
And the old rabbit's nose in the fucking sky blue shirt starts switching, and next minute, it's fucking
I like to give a
all
pen.
to play
It's
for.
a fucking pen.
Give a pen.
I was about to put it on and didn't.
How's that a
I
pen?
seen someone say in the chat.
Let's see this.
Is the VAR? In the champ, no?
No.
You give that
Let's see it.
close, you know. Could be harsh,
See it?
this.
Let's see. Oh no. That's going to decide the title. They can't give that. He's
No.
not tried to... What's he done there? He hasn't tried to handle
I
the
know,
ball,
it's
has he?
tough, that harsh. I was about to do a double there. Middlesbrough and Barca.
Oh, if I'm in the sky blue, I'm crying for it, but I'm fucking feeling aggrieved if I'm a Butter fan there. I'm feeling aggrieved. And VAR can't even step over this, can it? They haven't got any VAR.
Harsh, lads,
Fucking hell.
harsh in the chat.
You would have given it
Very
though.
harsh for me, that. How did we get on in the votes? People wanted VAR or not?
73%
Gone.
gone.
So,
But it's even 27%.
but
I'm
again, for
surprised.
this though, we're not worried now about something mad happening. We go, right, the refs give it. It
Right.
is what it is.
Yeah.
And it is something refreshing about that. Albeit Butter fans are like, I'd rather another opinion.
Lad, I've just put a £5 in my account to put it on. It's suspended as I was putting it. I put Barca and Middlesbrough. Girona have just scored.
Fucking hell.
God have saved you the fiver there. The gods have saved you.
Thank you.
25 on Barca now.
He's doing well. This Hadji right, isn't he? Doing well for them.
Yeah, didn't he come out and put like a 50 mil price tag on his head or something?
Well, when you think fucking Gochres is worth 100 mil, Darwin Núñez was 120 mil, Florian Wirtz 190 mil, Isaac 750 mil. Do you know what I mean? He must be worth a punt of 50 mil, this kid. Because he's
imagine,
mobile
yeah.
and he knows where the onion is at the minute.
There's a bit of stream delay, obviously, for anyone watching. We know it's a pen.
Pen, lad.
Oh, keeper should get it.
Good pen, hard,
We're
low,
a
innit?
minute or two behind
Did you see
on
the
the
keeper's
stream delay.
performance for Leeds against Birmingham? Fucking hell, the tip on the body, mate, from the young kid Stansfield was hell of a save.
I know
and
Barca's
then-
not one.
I thought it was a hell of a penalty save from Tommy Doyle, the young City kid. Fucking went big, went early, but it was a hell of a save because he hit it full pelt.
Barca's still 1-1.
Disallowed.
Didn't got disallowed.
Alan Brown having a brilliant season at Bro. Preston fans, how was he not? How have you just let him go? What's gone on there? Has he fell out with? Did he fall out with Lowy or something? How did Preston allow Middlesbrough to take him off them? Because if they were going to get promoted this year, Preston, you'd certainly want him in your group in the Championship anyway. McGee is an Aussie, yeah. Said McGee is an Aussie, yeah. He's coming good now. Arteta out, Donald Trump in. He puts in all the time, him, doesn't he? Arteta out. He usually says me in, but he's put
he
Donald
always
Trump in
does.
this
Yeah.
time.
What's Alfie, yeah? He's a
Under
regular.
3.5 goals in the Coventry game. It's 3-1 Coventry. It's that say la vie. That's the tough thing in them betting shops, lad.
Yeah, that is.
Sometimes you make a bold call, a bold prediction, and end up
Don't
with a
tell me
load
it's
of
not.
egg on
It's
your
not.
face. Do you
Fucking
think I've got
Millwall
fucking
from
go
nowhere.
gadget arms or something? You keep putting them cups of tea over there.
Because there's a coaster
The
there.
coaster was, lad.
Double coaster.
Middlesbrough have come from Millwall have come from nowhere, haven't they?
There's a few jockeying in the back of that
Preston
playoff thing.
always around there.
Preston.
Derby, where have they come from?
Yeah, they've John Eustace has fucking got them firing, hasn't he? He's got them going, to be fair to him. There's about 12 teams, I think, in the champ who'll be thinking we could get in that. We can have a say in the playoffs.
Boss
Yeah,
that.
be,
This last
that's
couple
a
of
good
months
thing
gonna be
about
boss.
the league. You know, you go right. We get our foot to the fucking metal here. We've got half a sniff of a playoff run here.
It is great, isn't it? The champ.
Yeah, it's a boss
Great
league. It is, and also the good thing about it is there's not much between the sides.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So even the good sides, like there's fucking, like you're looking at these two, aren't you? Going, like, unfortunately, any Premier League side, even Wolves who were cut adrift, you'd fancy Wolves as snotties, both of them.
Yeah.
That's the power of the Prem. Now, the problem is if Coventry and Middlesbrough get to the Prem, you get an opportunity to get even better players, don't you? So then you go, well, hang on, Wolves are now in the champ. Maybe they won't fucking snotters.
Yeah.
Because you got Premier League level players. And I think Steve Gibson's a good owner. I think he's been a good owner for Borough over the years. But also, you know, Coventry, could you begrudge Coventry? You know, fucking been in the wilderness. They've nearly lost the club a couple of times. Fucking all over the gaff. Could you begrudge Coventry getting back to the big league?
It would be good to see them back for one of those traditional.
Well, he always remind me
English
of being
clubs.
a kid, and obviously fucking Dion Dublin, Darren Huckerby, fucking Peter in Love. And I always remember Davy Bust with the fucking old shinbreaker at
Naughty
Old
one, that.
Trafford when they didn't know what to do. And he had to bring a bucket of sand out to cover the amount of blood that was on the pitch. Just put a load of sand over it. Sad he used to deal with it.
Horrendous that.
And then I was watching the rugby during the week and I thought, fucking mad this, innit? How what is it that's wrong with footballers' blood? Because if a footballer gets a speck of blood on the shirt, the fucking stadium, whoa, wah, get the shirt off now! Before he kills everybody! Get it off, change your shirt! Fucking rugby lads,
Blood
fucking
everywhere,
blood
yeah.
everywhere.
Gotta go
And
off
they're
the
just
pitch.
fucking all running around, just carrying on, absolutely regardless. And I go, why is there an absolute panic for a footballer's blood to be out of his body, and yet nobody gives a solitary fucking rugby? What's the
It
difference?
is true. It is true.
That's a hat trick for you,
Absolute.
man, right there.
Oh, the penalties for that,
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, fair play to him. Got him in your fantasies?
Shit in the bed at the minute.
No,
man,
no,
the
I don't
fancy
even want
of
to talk
fucking-
about it. Fucking does me.
I just
Johnny
keep
Pringle,
forgetting
lad.
to do it because I've obviously fucking lost my mind in terms of I just keep forgetting there's a game week. Then midweek game weeks that sneak up on
38
you, do me.
points. Oh, do you know what? Buzzing no people triple captain Gabriel, and he only got 1 point.
Yeah, it's another game now, isn't it?
I know he got 3 points to be fair, but still.
Or was it a double
You,
game
you,
week
you
or
would have been
something?
thinking
Right.
2 clean sheets
I
there.
haven't even looked, so that's out. That's
Arsenal and
out.
Wolves had a
about
double game week. That's it.
it. Yeah, some people, Steve
yeah.
Grizovic. I've seen a video this week, Steve Grizovic and Bruce Grobler on the TikToks. They were interviewing ex-players and asking them questions who they would like to play for and all that. So it was good to see Steve Grizovic's face, albeit it hasn't changed much from when he played. I mean, he wasn't a fucking catwalk model when he played. But actually, he just kind of stayed the same because he was like massive and big bent nose, weren't he? Obviously, I'm talking to you here as if he's someone you know. You must have been called a Grizovic from every now and again, Aldo Grizovic.
Yeah,
Who's
from,
that?
from you can't.
Well, you need to shave your head if you have the. But he was bold as well. So imagine having a Bobby Charlton comb over and having the old cake cutter that he had, because it's like on a 45-degree angle of Grizovic, isn't it? Because I think he used to just block the ball with his nostrils. And it was interesting seeing him because I instantly recognised him. And the older he's got, he started to look younger, if that makes sense. He looked that old when he was young, that he's now starting to look younger as he gets old. But he hasn't changed. He's looking exactly the same. But it was nice seeing his face on the Instagram, someone I haven't seen for ages. And then it got me thinking, where's David Batty? Has anyone heard anything of David Batty?
Yeah, like Premier League legends.
Yeah, you going?
We were talking about this on Monday.
Yeah, where did these people go? Did they just disappear into fucking?
Yeah.
Don't hear anything from them, do you? Can you think of any other big players from our era?
Dennis Wise.
You see him mooching about. He still mooches about.
Well, where he technical
He was
director
at Newcastle. He mooches
That
about.
was
Dennis,
still a while ago.
he was involved with like Como. Fabregas outed him at Como. He was the sporting director at Como before they got into the Serie A.
Dennis Wise was?
He started
job,
the
that.
project. I think he was involved in the project. And then I think it came to, was it his way or Cesk's way? And Cesk has won through.
Are they Saudi backed, are they? Como.
I don't know. I don't think so. But they've certainly got a bit of dough behind them. I don't know who it is behind them. Maybe the chat will know. But there's certainly something behind them.
So he must be pally with that manhead then. What's her name? Amanda Stavely.
Is she involved with
Newcastle.
them? Is she? It might
I
be.
just
It
thought
might
with
be a
him,
Saudi
yeah.
mob then. It
Yeah.
might be the Saudi mob in there. I don't know. Maybe the chat knows a bit better. I do know they've got a bit of a few shilling behind them.
Did he not
'Cause-
like
'cause
football?
everyone's
Someone just
talking
said Batty hated football. He couldn't wait to get out. Is that,
Maybe that's what it was then. Yeah, maybe it's what it was.
wonder what he's up
Imagine he'd be all right
He
having
was
a few
just good
pints
at
with
it.
him, Batty.
Proper
Imagine he'd
Yorkshireman,
be a
weren't he? He was a
proper-
good player. I
yeah,
love
proper
watching
lad.
Batty play because he was a fucking no-nonsense player. And again, a lot. I think he was a lot better footballer than people give him credit for. But was that kind of Deschamps kind of water carrier, wasn't he, in the England midfield?
Yeah. What was the World Cup? Was it France '98?
He missed the pen, didn't he?
He missed the pen, yeah.
But
You
when you
wouldn't
think of
never
it,
put him on it though, would you?
yeah, but he wouldn't have been on the fucking Pizza Hut doing a fucking advert, and you know what I mean? He missed the pen and just fucking got on with it.
Yeah.
Like the others, soft lad, fucking Southgate, fucking Munnets. Don't like him. Don't like him. I don't know what it is. since he's pushed the vaccine, since he was fucking giving it heavy. Any of them fuckers who were peddling them vaccinations to people, asking people to play Russian roulette to keep their paymasters happy. Oh, good effort.
I thought Barca and Middlesbrough scored the next 5th goal. It was like 5-1.
Yeah, so I was saying to you, some of the people have been meeting out and about. Honest to God, it like the age category, and it shocks me. Like I had a guy talking to me outside of Halfords. I had a really good conversation. I'm like, I just did not expect
about
you
the
to
podcast.
About what we're up to and what we're doing. I was like, I didn't expect that. And then even today, walking around Sefton Park, I was like, wow, I didn't think that you would be into what we're into. What like, and you're going, oh, keep saying it yourself. Like, wow, that's mad. Even our kids were like, well, like, is what it is, isn't it?
Lad, someone's asked in the chat
support.
who the best player you played against when you were younger, but I'll change the question because a lot of people ask basketballers like, what was your welcome to the league moment? So like, what was your welcome to the Premier League moment in terms of like, fucking hell, I'm in the Premier? Like, did you play against someone? Did someone fucking give you the run around? Like, what was your like, fuck me, I'm in the Premier, like, and this is what it is.
No, you're dreaming about it, aren't you? So you've played your first game and you made your debut hundreds of times in your mind before you've got there because you're visualising it and you're fucking walking through it. And I always remember thinking I've done the hard work. And bear in mind, I was 20. I wasn't like a 15 or 16-year-old going in, or you know what I mean? I was 20. I'd been in a load of battles. I'd played a load of resi games. And those eras where if you didn't play in the first team on a Saturday, you played in the resis during the week, and it was full of first team players who needed minutes. It wasn't like a glorified under 23s then. You were playing against some household names. You know, it's only the reserve, so there'd be the arguments if you dusted them. They don't really want to be going full tilt because they don't want to get injured because they want to be fifth for there, try and get back in the team.
Yeah,
so
if they've had like 3
they're
months
just
out.
ticking over. Like a few of them would say to you, fucking hell, because obviously I liked it a bit of the physicality, but also I'm going, not asked, I'm here to test myself against you. It's up to you if you want a night off. You want to fucking not get injured for Saturday, then unfortunately you best stay out my way, mister. And to be fair to them at the time, no, it didn't. You know, footballers are very proud and it was macho, so it was like, right, I've only come out for a run out today, but now it's fucking on.
Give us some examples.
Well, I remember playing against Leeds up at Hyde for Man City reserves, and we were, you know, it was a league then, so it was quite competitive to win it. We always pride ourselves on doing well in it, and we played Leeds, and Leeds' team on the night was, I'm pretty sure it was Nigel Martin in goal. It was Gary Kelly at right back. It was Ian Hart at left back. I have to fucking think. There was another centre half. I want to say Lucas Radeby played centre half. Young one left centre half. And then it was Oliver DeCourt, Stephen McPhail, Eric Bacher, and Caleb Folan. Was it Robbie Keane? And Harry Kuehl played a small part in the game. So they were all at a different spell. And we ended up I think we beat them 3-2. Well, we drawing for a period. I think we were 2-0 up, and then they got it back 2-2, and we ended up beating them 3-2. But I remember after that game thinking, oh, I can handle it. I can play with them because I grew up watching Decor. And by the way, this was a good Leeds side.
Leeds, yeah.
But Leeds were going well at the time. It was the Risdale era.
Leary was the manager, wasn't he?
David O'Leary.
Yeah.
And I remember coming out of that game because you used to play against, there'd be like 3 or 4 first team players in it. There might be 6 first team players. It was very rare they went as strong as that. But obviously, wherever the fixtures was, they were looking to get minutes into the players, and they went really heavy in terms of. We had a few first teamers in, we had 5 or 6, but we had a few young lads in as well. And I remember coming off going, oh, if I can handle that game and play in that game, I can play in the Prem. Like, no, I didn't worry. I didn't know what level, but I was like, I can play in the Premier because, in essence, that's a Premier League game. Just played at a reserve team stadium with reserve team conditions. So at that moment, I knew. And I always remember being in the Reebok Stadium and obviously didn't get the lead in because the manager never told me I was playing. I didn't do any of the team shape or whatever. I just turned up expecting to maybe be on the bench and was given the old half-1 old school team sheet of, you're starting. I was like, what? The fucking hell, you just said I'm starting there? I said to Robbie Fowler, I went, sure you say my team? It's my name to start 11 there. He went, you're starting? I went, we haven't done any team shape or anything. He's like, we're starting, you best get on with it. So I was laughing, but I instantly started to shit myself because you're like, fucking hell, I thought I was going to be sub here and like, I'd get last 20 when there to get a run at them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Fucking Ivan Campo or Kotcher, fucking whoever it was. I'm like, fuck's sake. So you start shitting yourself. And then I just remember going into, I'd done the hard yards, I'd worked my cock off, I fucking knew I'd done the work to get there. I knew I wasn't promoted too early. I knew I was ready. I knew I was chomping at the bit for the opportunity, but I was really nervous. So I remember doing the warm-up and being like, a fucking, just all, you know, you just know where your touch is off and you're like, fucking hell. I'm like, oh my God. Fucking hell, this is a day of reckoning here. And you're starting. I've not made an appearance from the bench for the first team. I was meant to come on at Middlesbrough and my shirt got robbed. So you know that story, but I'd never had a minute. So I hadn't even been on the bench as a sub for the first team. I've been in the squad and left out. This is the first time I'm named in the squad since the Middlesbrough game, and I'm starting, and I've got no warning of it. So I'm like, oh my God. And I just remember doing the warm-up and thinking, fucking hell. Going in for after the warm-up and just getting your last little bits on, your tape and your socks and that. And then I just remember walking back out in the tunnel, and just this calmness just came over me. But I was just completely went cold and calm. I was like, nah, I'm all right here.
Yeah.
And then went on the pitch and it just dropped in. We lost the game 2-0, but I started, that was the 7 games out from the end of the season, and I played not only that, I played all the other games, as I say, about 3 more games. That was when we went to Anfield and won. And then after that, I was like, I'm ready to go here. So I knew I was, and I was like, nah. But I was also 20, nearly 21. So I was a lot older, do you know what I mean?
I've got a picky from there. I'm gonna have to
but yeah, I wouldn't say there was any, there was never a game where I was like, fucking hell. Like, this is too much. Never, I don't know. That was never like that.
Yeah, well, to be honest, the way you've just painted that, though, for your debut, you would be fucking shitting your kick, especially if you hadn't done shape or anything on the Friday.
No shape during the week. I wasn't even in the start 11 during the week. We'd done shape and I wasn't in the team. Do you know what I mean? So it was Mark, Vivian, Folk, Kev, Orla. I wasn't in the side, and then Mark's got ill.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's going to be touch and go. So we just had a light Friday, because it was just like little round robin and boxers and that on the Friday. We're playing Saturday.
Yeah.
And then it's like, he might still be fit. Yeah, he's only got a bug. He might be fit, or food poisoning, whatever it was he had. And then it was like, nah, he's out. So none of us were thinking, no one was like, who's going in? So I'm like, he won't put me in. I haven't been on the bench. I haven't come off. I was on the bench last time at Middlesbrough and never got on. And I haven't been on the bench since. I haven't had a minute. So there was other lads who'd been in around the team, like Glenn Whelan and Terry Dunfield had been in around the side. And then next minute, lads just lashed me in at the deep end, and the rest is history.
It's not letting me get
Sink or swim, lad.
Yeah, that's it.
Also, Okocha did flip it over my head and I got bailed out. So, but I never fought. Fucking hell. I just thought, fucking hell, he's play that, Okocha. Like, everyone goes on about him, don't they? Like, magical things. Like, he did have incredible moments of fucking brilliance, but also, like, I think they fucking get a bit carried away with your highlight reel, don't they? Do you know what I mean? He was his legs weren't quite what they were when he was younger.
Yeah.
At Eintracht Frankfurt.
He done incredible though, Allardyce, didn't he? For
he used to do it with him, Piero,
even Campo.
Used to get a tune out of them. Speedo, Gary Speed,
yeah.
He used to always get a tune. Yuri Georgiev was another one. There was also some lads he brought in that didn't kick on, but he also, I think the way he was, Sam, has helped them, because he was very much into science and all that at the time, and but he was also very much into fucking allowing the lads to have the extracurricular socialinos, little beveragos. So I think them lads coming in from big elite clubs like that and into the Prem, and you're in Bolton, but you're in essence living in Manchester.
Yeah.
You know, you're going out like Pep and all that. You know, Manchester's come up in the world, but it's always been not a bad city to go for food and all that, compared to, say, Newcastle and Liverpool. You've always had more options. Maybe not as many options as London, but outside of London, Manchester's had some. It's nice places to live. It's got good trade links with the world because of the solid airport that flies everywhere. And I think those Spanish lads coming into Manchester, they're just like,
playing
this is fucking
relaxed,
great. And also you can disappear a little bit because you're not playing for Real Madrid or Inter Milan. You know, you're playing for Bolton.
Clever, weren't it, really?
And they did great, didn't they? I mean, look at Bolton. You know, to think, when you look at some of these sides, Coventry, Borough, obviously were in a European Cup final under Steve McLaren. Got to a UEFA Cup final, didn't he? Yeah. So when you think, like, you know, Coventry have won FA Cup, like, you know what I mean? And these are sides, you know, like Brentford and Brighton that have replaced these kind of traditional sides because they've got these data models and smart recruitment. So it's going to be interesting, because I don't think Birmingham City are going to be in that championship for very long, based on how well they played against Leeds yesterday.
Well, they're still with the shout with the playoffs. I think they're only 4 points off the playoffs.
Based on that show, and it's not only that. oh, great touch, lad. It's the confidence you take out of going toe-to-toe with the former Premier League side and going, fucking hell, we've tucked them all away, did we? Beat us on the lottery of pens.
Oh, do you know what to see?
People start to believe in, you know, the fact that they can play at that level and because you've tested yourself in a competitive tie. So I think that'll do the world of good for Birmingham. And again, another side who I think could come as a dark horse for a promotion chase in this division. Got to be a goal. Oh my God, have you not
his foot's
scored
got
that?
stuck on the fucking floor there.
Is that Barry? Is Barry set for Middlesbrough?
Reggie Blinker.
Fucking hell, lad.
Why is he give offside anyway?
No, it's
Did I
not.
had his arm up there?
Does he give a foul?
He's offside, look.
Oh, he's off, yeah. That's a beauty of not having anyone. Lad, what about his touch, though? He's done his cruciate. Second touch. Socks around the gloves on, socks around the fucking middle of his shin. Nope, sorry.
Someone said if you spoke to Shearer.
Dreadlocks, nope, sorry. Wouldn't be. I'm not a massive fan. I think if I ever get back in, no gloves, no shin pads that are made of foam and down your shin. And I'd have to get rid of the dreadlocks. I don't think they help you score goals with your head. I don't think it's a game improvement aid. Don't think it improves your football.
You're banning long hair in general?
Yeah, you know what?
Ponytails?
Yeah. Well, if it's flat Icelandic, Scandinavian, Norwegian hair, like Haaland's, then you have to say it could be from 4. It could be linked to his shooting prowess. So we can't mess with his Rapunzel's fucking... But if it's Africano dreadlockinos, unfortunately, sorry mate, they're going. Unless you've had them blessed by the local fucking shaman and he's fucking promised you 87 fucking diving headers, then we're getting rid of that shit on the top of your head. Because having an abacus on the top of your head cannot be good for heading the ball in. If I said to you, your life depends on it, you need to score a header. You go, hang on a second here, while I get a load of fucking cornrows in, and I'll try and head it better. No, I don't think so. And also, the pettified are getting their hair dirty because you can't wash your hair and your dreadlocks start stinking. So are you telling me if it's mucking bullets, then you need an Andy Gray diving header back post? Fucking the Predator, the old fucking dreadlockinos there is going, fuck that. Especially if he plays at Grimsby, is he on that pitch? His head would be about 12 times heavier because of the mud getting on the dreads. No, sorry, if you want to be a footballer, get your hair shaved. Skinheads only. Skinheads or short back and sides. Or I wouldn't even have anyone whose fringe needs to be altered during the course of his running motion. So if you run and then at the end of your run you have to go like that. No, sorry mate, get down to barbers now. It'd be like a military, like I'd have a barber in the thing and go, no, sorry, we're not having that.
Jason
that you're gonna have to move that to the side.
Remember Jason Lee? Get the picture up.
Just got it up here.
But again,
awful that.
Are you telling me if you've got the Jason Lee pineapple, that's better for you than just your normal head for heading the ball? It's got to be. And a hindrance to your head and like...
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's got to be.
What about Cucarayas?
Well, again, I don't know because I've never had a go of it. I don't know what it's like you have to feel the mattress, the mattress test to see what the sponge on it.
It's double thick, isn't it?
But I don't think now anyway, right? I think the league have got to force people to get their hair cut because people with long hair now are getting their hair pulled, straight red card, as we see from the Alfie May sending off in the champ when he done it by accident trying to grab his shirt, instant red card. Yeah. So if you were a finger, you tell you what, all get hair like fucking cousin it. Anyone touches your hair, red card every week. So get your hair like that.
I'm not surprised that that'll get fucking rolled out.
See him, he could give me nits. If you're worried about the blood off me, I'm going to say Cucurella's got nits. And I want Nitty Nora to give him a skinhead because if I pull that because he's got nits and it's coming near me, I'm getting a red card. So you get an advantage for having long hair. Firstly, you're heavier. It's less aerodynamic. You can't head the ball better. And also, if anyone touches your hair, it's a fucking red card. No, sorry, mate. Get a fucking short back and sides or you're not playing.
Barry Venison, remember his hair? That was a fucking
Barry Venison, yeah.
mullet.
Who's the worst haircut you've ever seen in football? Football's worst haircut. Chris Waddle must be up there.
Alexi Lalas.
That was his own hair, wasn't it? Like Chris Waddle when he dyed it and it was like fucking spiked out.
Sure, the chatting
of
some
mullet
belters,
in like the early 90s, late 80s. That like
Brian Kilcline had a bit of a mullet, didn't he? You had the Terry McDermott, Souness, Kevin Keegan, all them mullets came in there.
It was the one played for Ipswich, Andy Marshall.
Florian Wirtz's new trim needs an awful lot of fucking looking at.
Yeah, that is
needs
bad.
an awful lot of looking at. Don't know where he's been for that. Been the Turkish barbers in or something. Where's he been for that? He'd be paying about 5 ton for some fucking Blair boxer come round the hotel and fucking...
Andy Gordon.
Literally
Do
put a saucer on his
fucking
head and trim
Film it for
around it.
Instagram of fucking...
Bad, like.
Yeah.
Looks like Baldrich, doesn't he? Or fucking Blackadder.
It's a weird haircut, isn't it?
John
Weird
said he's
haircut.
fucking
It's
Mohawk.
very German though, isn't it? Like they don't do things conventionally, do they? The Krauts when it comes to haircuts.
Bobby Charlton's come over.
Fucking hell, it's got to be up there.
Xavier.
Just think though, the stress that Bobby must have been under, thinking, I've fucking got to keep this
He was that good though. He
mirage
should
of,
have picked it
of
off.
an haircut going. Yeah, but you couldn't go to Turkey and get yourself a couple of fucking
How old is he?
couple of goals on the
Is he mid-30s there?
Who?
Charlton.
Bobby Charlton, I think he was late
Bobby
20s,
Charlton,
lad. When he had to
Charlton?
come over.
Saying Bobby Charlton. How
Oh,
old was
he's
he
in
when
his
he was
prime,
coming that
weren't he?
over?
Oh, he'd have been combing it from about the age of fucking 21, 22, I think, when you see the old photos of him. He was balding. And there, Jack was the same, weren't he? Jackie Chan.
Was he on the juice?
But again, they combed it over rather than keeping the bald head.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm going, like nowadays, they'd be off to Turkey getting fucking all kinds of stitching to the top of it, wouldn't they? Trying to get the thatch roof on or the iron filings. There's loads of gadgets now that the follically challenge they're using. You know, all the rubbing bulls testosterone and bulls sperm on the top of their head, the fucking spider venom, frogs, fucking poison frogs from fucking the
It was
Amazon
Ralph Coates.
forest, fucking.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hell, that's naughty, that.
Oh,
Let's see.
that is a boyo, that, isn't it? Fucking hell, where's his airline start there? That's a whopper, that. Challenge was more than that, though, more extreme than that.
It's just thick at the back, innit?
But back in the day, this is why fellas had to wear wigs and all that, because you didn't have this radical technology dressing it up. You had to just fucking
Radical
get what you got.
technology is in getting the follicles off your ass tattooed onto your head.
It's an era that I don't think we'll ever visit again due to the advances in hair technology. But Bobby, like at some point there, someone's got to say, Bob,
Get Barry Venison's.
Bob,
That was
shave that off, lad. Barry's is a cracker.
Blonde mullet.
It's sick, that.
Lad,
Don't
Chris
mind it.
Waddle had a bad one. Chris Waddle, I think, had the
naughty.
worst one I've seen.
It's mad, that, like.
Yeah, the Kentucky bullet there on venison. But you never got a red card for pulling that, lad. You used to pull that. Happy days, crack on. Keep playing.
But that did get pulled a bit in the 80s as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember
Javinho.
Rudy Follows is a twat of an haircut there, isn't it?
I like that, though.
Lad,
Like a little
that's a
curly
whopper,
mullet
that,
back in the day. That's what they all had.
Baltimore, isn't it?
I think it's
Sick,
the
that.
muzzy that goes with it, though, isn't it? It's very, very aggressive looking mullet and
Henrik
muzzy,
Larsson,
that.
Good shout.
What, for haircuts?
Oh, Marwan Shamaki's bad. He was bad.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Who would I say to you there?
Waddles.
Chris
Do you know
Waddle.
what? Waddles is
Javinho.
terrible there.
Chris Waddle.
That
No,
full
he
mullet,
goes
that.
worse than that. It's worse than that one.
No, they
That
can't get
front
worse.
of that. Lad, it's worse than that.
That's not real, lad.
Bobby
Is that a real
Shout,
picture?
lad, yeah, that's a real one. That's what I'm saying. It's not worth it for that, is it? If you get a gust of wind like that.
Lad, he
Next
looks
minute,
like,
lad. You're chasing him back now in the modern game like that, and that gets caught in your fingers. That's a red card. That's a red card. He's running back like that, and the fucking
Yeah, some naughty.
the old midnight creeper off the top of his head whips back on the
We're
wind.
talking
lad.
about that down. Someone
Take
just
it out,
mentioned
whip it up.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we shouldn't be named.
Javinho.
Can we get Chris Waddle? And there's a Tottenham Hotspur Chris Waddle photo there, lad, and he does some absolute madness to his hair in the Tottenham days. He puts all blonde stuff through it. The England Italian 90 Kentucky bullet was bad. Is that it there?
Oh my god.
He started
Like
putting all blonde
streaks.
tints in it. Wow, that's a whopper, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's fucking-
But again, it must have been cool for them to do it. There must have been people going, "Ooh, yeah." Otherwise, you just got egged, wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Like that's
Because he was on
terrible.
top of the pops doing. He done the song with Glenn Hoddle, didn't he? The Diamond Lights or something like that.
Yeah.
Hoddles was a fucker as well. He kept it quite respectable comparative to the Waddler.
Someone just said someone on your debut.
Ivan Campo.
Ivan Campo.
Oh yeah, he had a
The
curly
original
top, didn't he?
Ketwig, yeah.
He had the curly wig in.
Yeah. Similar to Kukurayas.
Yeah, but you used to be
Shouting,
used to be able to get your hands into that. You could get stuck into them. No red cards. And that's what I don't agree with, because the players with long hair, ridiculously long hair, are getting an advantage now that the players with a sensible haircut haven't got.
Have you had any bad ones?
Oh, I've had a few.
Oh, there's the Arctic Monkeys, Alex Turner.
I've had a few. I've had a very random group of haircuts over my
you've
tenure, haven't I?
You're not too bad. You've never gone wild. The worst one I remember you having, I was there when you fucking got it done, was in Morocco.
Yeah.
And you had the fucking, don't even know what it was like.
Yeah,
You just
there was a bit
shaved.
taxi drivers,
It was like a
wasn't
Tommy,
it? Yeah,
bit of a
yeah.
Tommy Shelby, weren't it?
Yeah,
Like
it was a bit
fucking-
weird. It wasn't
Bit
of a
planned
Peaky
that way. That
Blinders.
was just got sheared that way. It wasn't a plan.
I'm sure you asked for it,
Marek
you know.
Hamsik.
No, I wanted it a
Remember
bit
him?
tighter, but I didn't want it that tight when I
Remember
looked back.
Hamsik?
Yeah, it was a bit tight on the sides.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I tell you what, if you're in that chase and pack there, that's probably not the result you wanted. You probably wanted Coventry to win there or a draw. You definitely didn't want that where there's
Coventry
a little
won.
bit of a you wanted Middlesbrough to win or a draw. You don't want that little bit of a gap opening up. But again, there's probably 7 or 8 teams sitting behind that who'll fancy the chances of still getting to them. 61 to 56 is it to Millwall there? So 61 to Borough and 62 to Coventry.
And then you've got Millwall, Ipswich.
Millwall, Ipswich, Hull, all behind
Hull
that. I
flying.
think 56 are they, Millwall?
If
in
Hull
third?
win their game in hand at Millwall, they go third.
Yeah, but how many points behind would they be? Have they got like a 3-point gap or something?
They'd only be 4 points
All right.
behind second and obviously 5 points behind first.
And the thing is, they might all have to play each other on the run, and you don't know the fixture list. I haven't seen the fixtures yet. Big win for Cov in terms of little bit of momentum
Sticky.
loss coming in, and a team pegging you back after getting, being topped by a load of points all season, and then someone getting back in front of you. It's kind of a perfect game, though, isn't it? They just get the beat back in front of you, and then you get to play them at home, live on the telly.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Could,
how do you want it? Like, how do you want it?
Could shift the rest of the season there.
Well, it's going to be an
Who's
interesting
this
title
country?
race.
I'm not this right.
Which one?
Hadji
Hadji Wright.
Frank's holding on to his banner there, isn't he?
Mad.
Terribly.
All sorts going on there. He must spend at least 3 hours a week, 4 hours a week planning how he's going to keep the old baboon's ass.
Bit of Bobby Charlton going
The
there.
old psoriasis on the skull cap under fucking, especially when Sky's on. Lad, he spends more this week worrying about Sky getting a backwards profile of the baboon's
Set
ass
pieces.
than he has setting the team up to win. Because he's daffied it as well. It's had a new fucking glaze. It's had a new lick of paint on it, that. Because he's fucking older than me. So he's licked the paint. And he's gone, if I get a lick of fucking paint on the back there, it'll keep the fucking vultures off the baboon's fucking bottom on the back of my head. But fair play to Fat Frank. I'll never forgive him. Never forgive you, because you cost me one of my sons supporting Liverpool. So you shall never be forgiven for that, because that's how bad of an Everton manager you were. But if you get promoted with Coventry this year, I probably won't mention your monkey's ass next season in the first game. After that, you're getting it all week. I'll leave your missus as sugar lumps alone. Is that us, lads?
Yeah,
10
10 o'clock
o'clock.
in it.
10, that's us. Nice time, and thanks for joining us. Didn't get much. I never ever get through the chat, do I? It always goes fucking crazy. But at least
Don't
you
worry,
get
lad.
there.
They fucking talk to each other. They love it.
Good. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Bit weird tonight doing the 2 games, but say la vie.
Yeah, enjoyed it though. Look at them. That's
Go on,
bad,
lads.
that.
Go and enjoy it. They're all doing this now. I seen Leeds doing a full fisty pump at
Embarrassing.
Birmingham in the cup yesterday.
Phil copied
know
the
what's
big
embarrassing?
fella.
Do you know what's embarrassing? I'm going to leave you on this. This is embarrassing. I hope it's AI, but Wigan lost 4-0 to Arsenal at the Emirates the other day, and the manager's up in limbo, and they had the squad photo on the pitch.
After the game.
Wheelo, and I don't think the manager that were there, but it looks like all the players and stuff. And I'm like, you got beat 4-0 at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Get yourself out there as quick as you can.
Yeah.
It could have been 86-0 if it wasn't for your keeper, from what I seen.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
But if you win, get a photo or you get a draw.
Yeah.
But why'd you run it?
Fucking
Oh, look at this photo here.
Get
What happened there?
pelted.
Yeah, we got 4-0. It should have been 12, but got a photo. So, you might as well just wait. Get out the stadium now. Don't make a cunt of yourself. Come back during the week and pay 12 quid for the Emirates tour, and you'll get a fucking photo, you silly cunts. And you'll probably play fucking better based on what you've just done in that 90 minutes. Fucking nonsense pottery. Only get photos to remind you of good stuff when you won or done something memorable, not when you got finger blasted.